Chapter 408. After hearing Zhao Ping'er's words, Hua Chunhua trembled with anger. This wretched girl was too much. Did that girl really say that? Hua Chunhua asked angrily. Of course, Grandma. If you don't believe me, you can ask Auntie. Hua Chunhua looked at Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui nodded. That's just a girl. What do you mean by my Hui, or seducing Prince Xueqi? Isn't she just afraid that Prince Xueqi will fall for her? My Hui, is much better than her. Zhao Xinhui agreed with a sob. She felt that what Hua Chunhua said was the truth. Zhao Yun, must be afraid that Prince Xueqi would fall for her. That was why she did not let her get close to her. She was really scheming. However, the more Zhao Yun did not let her, the more she wanted to get close to her. As long as she caught Mu Lianfeng's attention, she would not have to worry about wealth and glory in the future. Grandma, I think so too. Our auntie is much better than Zhao Yun. She is beautiful and still a virgin. Zhao Ping'er said with a smile. On one hand, she was trying to please Hua Chunhua. On the other hand, she was thinking that if Zhao Xinhui really went to court death, she would be beaten up by Zhao Yun. By then it would be interesting. As the three of them were talking, Liang Jinqiao walked out of the room. When Hua Chunhua saw Liang Jinqiao, she blamed Liang Jinqiao for her anger. In the end, it's this wretched girl who gave birth to that shameless B*tch Zhao Yun. As Hua Chunhua said, she threw a handful of pebbles on the ground at Liang Jinqiao. Liang Jinqiao snorted. Zhao Yun did not hear what Hua Chunhua and the others said. However, as soon as she arrived, she saw Hua Chunhua bullying her mother. She immediately became angry. This damned old woman, she's still acting like this. Why are you bullying my mother? Zhao Yun scolded. Hua Chunhua shuddered when she saw Zhao Yun coming over. I didn't. Do you really think I'm blind? You didn't see it? Your mother didn't do anything. She just threw some stones. It was just, the more Zhao Yun listened, the angrier she got. What kind of person was this? He grabbed a handful of stones from the ground and threw them at Hua Chunhua. Hua Chunhua cried out in pain. Since Grandma said so, then it doesn't matter if I throw it. Hua Chunhua could do nothing but grit her teeth. I'll say it right here. Grandma, if you dare to bully my mother again, then don't blame me for being rude. Hua Chunhua was a little scared by Zhao Yun's terrifying glare. All right, Yun, don't say any more. I'm fine. Liang Jinqiao pulled Zhao Yun. Mother, are you really okay? Does it hurt anywhere? No, it doesn't hurt. Yun, why are you here? Liang Jinqiao asked. Mother, I brought you something. Zhao Yun said as she handed the basket in her hand to Liang Jinqiao. Liang Jinqiao looked inside. Yun, why do you have salted meat and salted fish? These are all good things. You should keep them for yourself. Why did you send them to us? Liang Jinqiao didn't want to accept Zhao Yun's things. He felt that Zhao Yun's life wasn't easy. It's okay. Mother, you can keep them. I still have some at home. There are also some pastries and candies for Qianfu to eat. You can try them yourselves. They taste very good. Yun, keep them, Mother. Otherwise, I'll be angry. Chapter 409. As soon as old Zhao's family heard that Zhao Yun had sent something over, and it was something good, they immediately looked at it eagerly. Now that the third branch had separated, the things that Zhao Yun sent over naturally belonged to the third branch. They just couldn't imagine it. Yun, what good things did you send? Li Chueying asked sourly. It's nothing. It's none of your business. Zhao Yun replied indifferently. Yun, did the Xueqi send these good things over? Since there are so many, why don't you get some for us too? We haven't eaten good things before, so we don't know what they taste like. Li Chueying said shamelessly. Facing Zhao Yun's indifference, he didn't get angry. He continued to kneel down and fawn over her, wanting to get more. Zhao Yun sneered in her heart. How shameless! How could he say such things? Second aunt, when I was hungry and had nothing to eat, I didn't see you send me anything. What? Now you have the nerve to ask me to send you things? Zhao Yun wasn't afraid of offending people, so she mocked and ridiculed. Li Chueying didn't think much of it. After all, he was thick-skinned. Zhao Baoshan couldn't listen to it anymore. He scolded Li Chueying. Yun'er's things belong to Yun'er. Why are you coming over here to ask for more? Hurry up and go inside. Don't make a fool of yourself. Li Chueying pursed his lips. Father, I won't say anything. Looking at the good things that Zhao Yun'er sent over, Li Chueying suddenly regretted pushing the third branch to separate. Otherwise, old Zhao's family would also have a share of these things. Thinking about the taste of bacon and salted fish, Li Chueying couldn't help but swallow his saliva. Mother, let's go inside, Zhao Yun'er said. It was very uncomfortable to be stared at by old Zhao's family. Okay, let's go inside. Liang Jinqiao nodded in response. In fact, she also knew that the things in her hands would be coveted by old Zhao's family. Since they didn't want to give it to her, she might as well not let them see it. The two of them went into the third branch's room one after the other. When Zhao Pinger heard about pastries, candies, and other delicious food, her eyes lit up. The three branches separated from the family. The things that Zhao Yun'er sent over had nothing to do with the old Zhao family, but they were related to her. She could eat them. Thinking about it, he couldn't help but feel happy. However, he couldn't show it in front of Zhao Xinhui and Hua Chunhua. Stupid girl, now that you're rich, you don't recognize us anymore. Old Zhao's family gave birth to such a heartless girl, Hua Chunhua complained, then continued to help Zhao Xinhui cover her mouth. It's about time. Come eat the egg. Don't waste it. Hua Chunhua said, took off the gauze wrapped around the egg, and handed it to Zhao Xinhui's mouth. Zhao Xinhui frowned and felt disgusted. She quickly shook her head. No, eat, take it away. This is an egg. It's precious. It'll be a waste if you don't eat it. Zhao Xinhui still shook her head firmly. She used it to cover her mouth. She felt disgusted just thinking about how it was held in Hua Chunhua's black hand. It was mainly because Hua Chunhua didn't like to be clean. After she peed and pooped, she often scratched here and there. There was even black soil under her fingernails. Who would dare to eat something she took? Mother, if little sister doesn't want to eat it, give it to Tianyu. Li Chueying ran over with a smile. Chapter 4:10. At the end of the day, Hua Chunhua treated Shen Pan better. She liked this smooth and slick daughter-in-law more. It was old Zhao's fortune to be able to marry such a person into old Zhao's family. Shen Pan stood to the side with Zhao Yongyang in her arms. She appeared to be grateful for Hua Chunhua's kindness, but she was disgusted in her heart. Just like Zhao Xinhui, she felt disgusted. Zhao Xinhui couldn't eat the egg that she had grabbed with her dirty hands and put it in his mouth. Even if her Yongyang didn't have anything to eat, he didn't need to eat this egg. Moreover, as long as Zhao Tianlong passed the provincial examinations, she and her son would have a good life. They would just have to suffer for a while. She still had some money in her pocket. If she wanted to give it to Zhao Yongyang, she could secretly buy some things for him. Shen Pan smiled gently and said to Hua Chunhua, Grandmother, there's no need. Let's give it to Tianyu. Tianyu is still growing. He needs to eat more good food. Li Chueying grinned happily when she saw that Shen Pan was speaking up for Zhao Tianyu and had no intention of snatching the egg from her. Her niece-in-law was the best. She was sensible. A daughter raised by a rich family was indeed different. She was much more magnanimous. She was nothing like Zhao Yun'er, who was stingy and wouldn't let anyone take advantage of her. Pan is right. Tianyu is growing. His body hasn't been very well these days. Grandmother, let's give it to Tianyu. Yongyang has eaten plenty of good food at grandmother's house. One was pushing the egg away while the other was eagerly trying to snatch it. Hua Chunhua snorted softly and handed the egg to Li Chueying. All right, let's give it to Tianyu. Thank you, mother. Li Chueying happily took the egg. After receiving the egg, Li Chueying hurriedly called Zhao Tianyu over to eat it. Seeing Li Chueying directly holding it in his hand without washing it with water, Shen Pan couldn't take it anymore. These people from old Zhao's family. Don't they find it dirty? A country bumpkin was indeed a country bumpkin. They didn't know how to be particular at all. Shen Pan couldn't help but remind her. Second aunt, rinse the eggs with water first before feeding them to Tianyu. Li Chueying paused for a moment, then smiled and said, It's okay, it's okay. You won't get sick if you eat it dirty. What's there to be picky about? As she spoke, Li Chueying stuffed the egg into Zhao Tianyu's mouth. Shen Panner really didn't know what to say. How could this be? When she thought about how much of the food she ate was cooked by Li Chueying, she almost vomited. Those dishes were probably not clean, right? Pan, or what's wrong? Li Chueying noticed that Shen Panner was clutching her chest, so she approached her and asked with concern. Shen Panner hurriedly took a step back and waved her hand. It's okay, it's okay. Thank you for your concern. As long as you're okay. Li Chueying smiled. Shen Panner hurriedly found an excuse and went back into the house. Zhao Pinger. Zhao Xinhui called out to Zhao Pinger. What's wrong, Auntie? Zhao Pinger asked politely, but she had a bad feeling in her heart. Zhao Yuner didn't let us eat the food she sent over, but you can eat it. Go get some for me. I heard that she sent pastries and candies. Chapter 4:11. If Zhao Xinhui hadn't brought it up, she wouldn't have wanted to talk about it. After all, she could eat a lot by herself if she secretly ate it later. She didn't expect Zhao Xinhui to bring it up. What? Zhao Xinhui replied unhappily. Auntie, I can't get it even if I go in. Zhao Yun, definitely won't let me eat it. You're her sister, why can't you eat it? If she doesn't let you eat it, just tell your mother. Ask your mother to scold her. Yes, Pinger, you're from the third branch, how can she not let you eat it? Go get some for your auntie. Hua Chunhua urged again. If she didn't bring it, she might be scolded. Thus, she went into the house reluctantly. Then I'll go and try. Go. Zhao Ping, got up and walked towards the third branch's house. In the third branch's house, Zhao Yuner and Liang Jinqiao were chatting. After the separation, the paddy field and dry land given to the third branch were not very good places. The paddy field was located far away, and it would take at least 10 minutes to get there. Moreover, the paddy field was far from the canal, so it wasn't very convenient to irrigate it. The rice grains planted in the paddy field must be watered frequently. Otherwise, when the paddy field dried up, it would be easy for the rice grains to dry up. However, watering the paddy field was a troublesome thing. When they separated, they only said that they would be given 1 mu of paddy field, and didn't specify which one to give. Through this kind of deception, the paddy field was given to the worst of the third branch. Zhao Yun, felt angry when she heard Liang Jinqiao's words. He didn't have to bully people to this extent, right? He was simply treating them as fools. There was also 1 mu of dry land at the foot of the mountain, which was even more remote. Although there was land, old Zhao's family didn't grow much food because the land was very barren, and there wasn't much food that could be grown. In addition, it was difficult to take care of. As long as the weeds weren't removed for a period of time, they would grow a lot. The trees at the foot of the mountain were more lush, so they grew very quickly. Due to the disproportionate investment and output, old Zhao's family didn't grow anything on this piece of land. As a result, this piece of dry land was equivalent to an abandoned dry land. At this moment, Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan went to the dry land to clear the weeds and loosen the soil. Since it was given to them, they had to take good care of it. Otherwise, there wouldn't even be an acre of dry land, and there wouldn't even be a place to grow vegetables. When the time came, they could just plant some random things, and they would just have to work a little harder. Things were no longer the same as before. There were only so many things in the house. It would be difficult for them to live a good life. Chapter 4:12. Liang Jinqiao sighed again and said, In fact, your grandfather and the others don't have it easy. Your eldest cousin brother is still studying, and your 5th uncle is not married yet. If they give too many things to our third branch, it will be their lives that will be difficult. Zhao Yun said with some displeasure, Mother, you know how they treated our third branch in the past. Why are you sympathizing with them now? Liang Jinqiao tugged the corners of his mouth and smiled slightly. Yun, only your grandmother and the others went overboard. You, 4th uncle, and 5th uncle are all quite good, aren't they? Especially your 5th uncle. When he heard that something happened to you, he hurriedly asked for leave and came back to help you think of a way to save you. Your grandfather even took out 20 taels of silver to bribe them. Because of this, your grandmother made a lot of trouble back then. Zhao Yuner frowned. After hearing Liang Jinqiao's words, she felt that Zhao Baoshan had some conscience. 20 taels of silver was not a small sum. After using it all these years, he probably did not have much money left after selling her. However, Zhao Baoshan was willing to take out 20 taels of silver at once and use this money to save her. Zhao Yun could not describe how she felt now. Originally, her resentment towards Zhao Baoshan did not seem to be so deep. Mother, you said that fifth uncle went to save me? Where is he now? Why isn't he at home? I'm already back. Is he still in Yang City? Zhao Yun asked hurriedly. At the mention of Zhao Wensheng, Liang Jinqiao suddenly remembered. Yun, I wanted to ask you. Why is your fifth uncle not back when you're back? Shouldn't he be looking for you? Zhao Yun'er did not know what to say for a moment. Her fifth uncle probably did not know that she had Mu Lianfeng's help. Otherwise, he would not have gone to Yang City. Although his efforts were in vain, he still had the intention. Zhao Yun would always be grateful and touched to those who cared about her. Mother, it was the heir presumptive who helped me settle the matter. Moreover, I didn't commit any crime and was wronged. In the end, I was naturally released when the evidence was found. Liang Jinqiao said with a sigh. At that time, you were taken away. How would we know? We didn't know if the heir presumptive's identity was real or not, and we didn't even know if he would help you. The government is a place where people and many people who have been wronged. That's why your fifth uncle insisted on going to Yang City to help you. Us and the government says. As long as you ts, that's as long as you s. As long as you t. I. Yes. We can't let your fifth uncle worry for nothing. Got it, mother. At this moment, Zhao Ping pushed the door open and entered. Zhao Yun could not be bothered with Zhao Ping so she did not even look up when she heard Zhao Ping enter. Zhao Ping searched the room and found the basket that Zhao Yun had brought over. She walked towards the basket. She rummaged through the basket and found that there were indeed pastries and candies. Zhao Ping was greedy. She quickly took a piece of pastry and stuffed it into her mouth. Delicious. Delicious. It was too delicious. She had never eaten anything so delicious in her life. Chapter 413. Zhao Ping began to ponder. If she could be together with the heir apparent, wouldn't she be able to eat such delicious food every day in the future? She would be able to live such a good life. After eating a piece of pastry, Zhao Ping took out some more from the basket. Zhao Yun caught a glimpse of it and couldn't help but scold. Zhao Ping, what are you doing? Eating? What's wrong? Can't we eat? Zhao Yun, didn't you bring it over for us to eat? Zhao Yun couldn't help but roll her eyes in her heart. She was extremely disgusted by Zhao Ping. I brought it over for you to eat, but Tianan, Tianfu, and father and mother haven't eaten yet. Aren't you embarrassed to start eating by yourself? What's there to be embarrassed about? Do we have to eat first before eating? Zhao Ping didn't take it to heart. Zhao Yun was really angered by Zhao Ping. How could there be such a person? She was already 20 years old, yet she didn't know the rules at all. Even those who didn't study knew to respect the old and love the young. Eat. She only knew how to eat all day long. It would be best if this kind of person died from eating. Zhao Ping, you're really something. I don't know how father and mother gave birth to a person like you. Zhao Yun, said angrily. Zhao Ping knew that she couldn't beat Zhao Yun, so she could only complain in front of Liang Jinqiao. Mother, look at what Zhao Yun said. Didn't I just eat a little? She's acting as if I've done something wrong. She doesn't even treat me as her biological sister. She's picking on me over such a small matter. Liang Jinqiao's head hurt from Zhao Ping's yelling. Sigh, this eldest daughter of his was also a worrisome one. She was the most worrisome person in the family. Ping Yun only said a few words to you. Why are you overreacting? You're the elder sister. Sometimes, you shouldn't be so calculative. Zhao Yun'er was much more sensible than Zhao Ping. Liang Jinqiao naturally had a comparison in his heart, so he was more biased towards Zhao Yun'er. Liang Jinqiao's words made Zhao Ping very unhappy. Mother, how can you do this? I'm also your daughter. You only know how to speak up for Zhao Yun'er. Ping, we're a family. Let's talk nicely. Why are you and your sister acting like enemies? If it weren't for the fact that she didn't want to upset Liang Jinqiao, Zhao Yuner would have kicked Zhao Pinger out of the house. It was disgusting to keep such a person in the house. Zhao Yuner tugged at Liang Jinqiao and asked Liang Jinqiao not to get involved in this matter. She didn't want to make things difficult for Liang Jinqiao. Both sides were flesh and blood. It wouldn't be good to be biased. Zhao Yuner took a step forward and stared coldly at Zhao Pinger. Zhao Ping. I think you really don't know your place at all. Since you've eaten the food I sent over, you have to listen to me. Your two younger brothers and parents haven't eaten yet. You can't eat by yourself first. Also, don't eat so much by yourself. What about the others? What do you mean by bringing so much food with you? Zhao Pinger was a little speechless. She was afraid of heaven and earth, but she seemed to have forgotten that these things were sent over by Zhao Yuner. If she really didn't eat them, she couldn't do anything about it. I only ate a little. The food in my hand is what Grandma and youngest aunt asked me to prepare for them. Zhao Pinger spat. Chapter 4:14. If it was in the past, Hua Chunhua and Zhao Huihui would still be able to let her live a better life in old Zhao's house. But now that the family was separated, it was useless to curry favor with Hua Chunhua and Zhao Xinhui. In the future, the third branch's life would only be better than old Zhao's. It would be good enough if the people in old Zhao's house did not want to take advantage of the third branch. After being asked by Zhao Yuner, Zhao Pinger did not know how to answer. If I don't take it, Grandma and little aunt will scold me, not you. Zhao Pinger pouted. You're scared in front of them? Why are you so arrogant in front of me? Zhao Yuner sneered. Zhao Yuner, are you done? I won't take it. Zhao Pinger said and put down the things in her hands. I hope you understand the situation. Don't side with outsiders. You don't know who you're close to. I know. Zhao Ping replied unhappily. If it wasn't for the fact that she was afraid that she would not get a share of the things Zhao Yuner sent over, she would not have bothered with Zhao Yun. Zhao Yuner did not want to talk about Zhao Pinger anymore, so she said to Liang Jinqiao, Mother, I'll go back first. Okay, take care. Okay. After Zhao Yuner was about to leave old Zhao, she went to find Daodu. Zhao Tianfu took Daodu to the dry land allocated to the third branch and watched Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan work. The dry land allocated to them was full of weeds and some tree stumps. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan each carried a hoe and were plowing the land. However, there were no more seeds in the land, and the soil had become very hard. There was no reaction at all when the hoe went down. The weeds were still okay. Some of the weeds were very deep and could not be moved at all. The small tree stumps that they encountered could not be removed with a hoe. Tianan, you can't use a hoe to remove the tree stumps. Even if the hoe is damaged, there won't be any reaction. You have to use a shovel. Zhao Wenhua said to Zhao Tianan. But father, we don't have a shovel. Master didn't give us any. Zhao Tianan frowned. Then go borrow one from your master. It's just a little bit. It's best to loosen the soil with a shovel instead of a hoe. Oh, Dad, I'll go. Tell our master to bring the shovel over. Zhao nodded. Zhao Yun just came over and stopped Zhao Tianan. Tianan, don't borrow from me. I have some at home. To have a good rest to have a good rest. Look at how sweaty you are. The two of them had been busy for the whole afternoon. The sun was shining brightly at 2 or 3 o'clock. Now that it was spring, the weather was getting warmer and warmer. After doing heavy work for such a long time, their bodies were naturally drenched in sweat. Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan. Her face was a little red. Zhao Wenhua saw Zhao Yun coming over and did not dare to look at Zhao Yun's eyes. Perhaps it was because she felt guilty about what she had done in the past. Yun, you're here too? Zhao Wenhua asked. Yes. Zhao Yun nodded. She did not want her relationship with Zhao Wenhua to be too stiff. Second sister, I'll go get it. Zhao Tianan felt sorry for Zhao Yun and did not want her to make another trip. Looking at Zhao Tianan's red face, Zhao Yun smiled. Silly boy. You really don't know how to be tired? Take a rest. It's cool under the tree. Second sister will bring you some cold water. Chapter 4:15. After all, they had worked for such a long time. and the sun was too strong. Their lips were already chapped. When the two of them came to work, they didn't think to bring water. I'll have to trouble you then, Zhao Wenhua said. No problem. It was just an extra trip. She could just treat it as exercise. It just so happened that she had nothing to do. Zhao Yun returned home with a shovel. The tea she made earlier had already cooled down. Zhao Yun added some honey to make the tea less bitter. Instead, it was a little sweet. However, people in this era had never drunk tea before. Even if they had tea, they didn't know how to make it. Zhao Yun carried the tea and the shovel and soon went up the mountain again. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan sat under a tree and fanned themselves with their straw hats. Father Tianan, drink some water. Zhao Yun greeted them. Then, she poured a cup for each of them and handed it to them. Second sister, what's this? It's delicious. It's sweet and fragrant. Zhao Tianan said excitedly after drinking a cup. Zhao Yun smiled and explained, this is water made from tea leaves and honey. Both the tea leaves and honey are very fragrant, so it naturally smells good. Honey is sweet, so when you drink it, you'll have a sweet smell. Second sister, what's tea leaves? It's the leaves on the tea tree. You don't recognize it, but it's drinkable. Oh. Zhao Tianan nodded heavily. Zhao Yun recognized a lot of things, so it wasn't surprising that she came up with something novel. The tea tasted really good. It was fragrant and fragrant. After drinking it, he felt like drinking it again. Yun, this thing can also quench your thirst, Zhao Wenhua said. He was interested in Zhao Yun's tea. Father, if you like it, I'll send you some tea leaves later. You can just make some water and soak it in it. Is this valuable? I went up the mountain to pick it myself. It's not valuable. All right, then give me some. If it was something valuable, he wouldn't accept it. After Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan drank the water, they continued to work. Zhao Yun watched from the side. She couldn't help much. After all, this kind of physical work was done neatly by men. Because the soil was very hard, it took a lot of effort to dig down with a shovel. After a long time, he only managed to dig a little bit. It was estimated that it would take a few days to reclaim an acre of land. Father, Tianan, there is no need to rush for 1 or 2 days. Take your time. Don't be too tired, Zhao Yun urged. Seeing that Zhao Yun was concerned about him, Zhao Yunlong's face revealed a blissful smile. I know. I'll rest after a while. I still have to make a stove tomorrow. Even if we split up, we can't use your milk in their kitchen. Zhao Yun nodded. Originally, there was only one kitchen. After the 3 houses split up, they had to build another stove. Daodu and Zhao Tianfu were still playing happily. The two of them were picking crickets in the grass. The children looked for things to play with. After all, there wasn't much entertainment. Zhao Yun looked around. Old Zhao's house was at the foot of the mountain. Other families also had land here. However, like old Zhao's house, it was difficult to take care of, so they didn't want it. Some families really didn't have enough land, so they planted some crops like soybeans. The entire hillside wasn't very high. There weren't any thick trees, only some small branches. Chapter 4:16. This hill was not tall, so it was more troublesome to take care of it. The harvest of grain crops was also not good. It would be good if she used it to plant tea trees. This hill could probably plant a lot of tea trees. Most importantly, it would be much more convenient to find someone to help pick the tea leaves if she planted the tea trees here. No one in the village would be willing to go to the real mountain, and no one would dare to go. In addition, if she bought this large piece of barren hill, the price would definitely not be expensive. Most of the land belonged to the village, and the villagers only had a few mu of farmland at the foot of the hill. Unfortunately, the current problem was the sales of the tea leaves. No matter how good the tea was, it was useless if it could not be sold. Zhao Yun did not want to think about the tea leaves for the time being. Second sister, what are you looking at? Let's go back. Zhao Tianan used his sleeve to wipe the sweat on his forehead and said to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun came back to her senses and smiled. Okay. The few of them went back together. When it was close to evening, Zhao Wenxing actually came back from Yang City. He did not go back to old Zhao's house. Instead, he first came to Zhao Yun'er's place to confirm if Zhao Yun had returned home safely. In the past few days in Yang City, Zhao Wenxing did not rest well. He looked very haggard, probably because he was worried about her. Yun, girl, I heard that you were released and rushed back. I thought something would happen to you. I didn't expect the case to be closed so quickly. Zhao Wenxing sighed. Seeing the concern in Zhao Tianqing's eyes as he looked at her, Zhao Yun told Zhao Wenxing about Mu Lianfeng's help. Zhao Wenxing was stunned. Yun, so you're saying that your case was helped by the heir? Zhao Wenxing asked. Yes, I didn't do anything. Xueqi just added fuel to the fire and helped me find the evidence. Sigh. Zhao Wenxing sighed deeply. Seeing that Zhao Wenxing's reaction was not right, Zhao Yuner asked, Fifth uncle, what's wrong? I sent 20 taels of silver to the Yaman's private advisor. He said that he would help you settle this case. When I heard that you were released today, I thought that it was the private advisor who helped you. I didn't expect that it was the heir. After Zhao Wenxiang finished speaking, he frowned. He realized that if everything was attributed to Mu Lianfeng, then the 20 taels of silver would have been wasted. Fifth uncle, let's go back and ask for the private advisor back. Zhao Yuner said. 20 taels of silver was not a small sum. It was enough for an average farmer family to use for several years. Moreover, Zhao Wenxiang was already old. If he had these 20 taels of silver, he could save them up for his marriage. Yun, girl, I'm afraid it's not so easy to get the money back. He's a private advisor and a member of the Yamen. We're just ordinary people. How dare we offend him? Zhao Wenxing said. It was not that he did not dare to cause trouble and was willing to suffer in silence. It was because he knew the darkness of this world. Many times, it was not as simple as one thought. In front of powerful people, ordinary people like them were really unarmed and could not fight against them. Zhao Yun had been a police officer for so many years. She had justice in her heart and could not stand this kind of darkness. Chapter 417. When he heard Zhao Yun say that she wanted to sue the private advisor, Zhao Wenxing felt that Zhao Yun must be confused. Yun, what are you suing him for? He didn't cheat us of our money, nor did he rob us. I was the one who took the initiative to give it to him. Moreover, he did agree to help us. It's just that he didn't help us because of Xueqi Ye's interference. Fifth uncle, listen to me. If he doesn't return it to us, we'll sue him for corruption, bribery, malpractice, and abusing his power. I reckon that other than my case, he must have accepted a lot of money from others. As long as this kind of person does it once, there will be a second time. We can always find something to use against him. Moreover, this kind of malignant tumor shouldn't stay in the government. Many people were probably framed because of him. For the darkness of the feudal system, Zhao Yun could be considered to have experienced it. People like the private advisor should be eliminated as soon as possible. But Yun, we were the ones who sent the money over. Will he say that we bribed him and be punished as well? I'm not guilty to begin with. I don't need him to let me out at all. What kind of bribe are we doing? Don't worry, fifth uncle. To deal with this kind of person, if we want to get the money back, we must scare him. Otherwise, he won't obediently hand it over. Zhao Wenxing didn't know if Zhao Yuner was telling the truth or not, but it sounded a little reasonable. For the sake of those 20 taels of silver, he could only try. Yun, let's go tomorrow. Okay, fifth uncle. Go back and rest first. I've made you worry these 2 days. Zhao Wenxing smiled. Seeing that you're back safely, I'm finally relieved. At night, Zhao Yun slept with Daodu. Because Mu Lianfeng wasn't around, Zhao Yun felt that the bed was empty. Without someone by her side, she didn't feel safe. She now hoped that Mu Lianfeng could come back early so that there would be someone to accompany her. The next morning, Zhao Yuner and Zhao Wenxing went to Yang City together. This time, other than asking for money, Zhao Yuner also wanted to ask about the snack stall. Now, she had to find a business to do and slowly make a fortune. The snack stall was what she had discussed with Mu Lan. Xiao Mao, who had not been used for a few days, was put to good use again. Xiao Mao was very excited when it pulled the cart, and its 4 legs were running as if they were flying. On the way, the uncle and niece chatted casually for a while. Zhao Wensheng was more concerned about Mu Lianfeng. She was curious about the relationship between Mu Lianfeng and Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner felt that the relationship between her and Mu Lianfeng had not been settled yet. If she told him about it, it would not be good. Thus, he responded with a sentence. Yuner, there is still a gap between our status and that of the heir. Nowadays, it's all about matching in social status. If you really get together with the crown prince, according to the rules, you can only be a concubine. If that's the case, your child will be a concubine's son in the future and won't be able to raise his head in the outside world. This kind of glory and wealth is not so easy to live. In the face of Zhao Wensheng's reminder, Zhao Yuner knew all about it. Zhao Yuner curled the corners of her mouth. Fifth uncle, I know. I won't have any thoughts that I shouldn't have. That's good. Zhao Wensheng nodded. In fact, he wanted his niece to grow up well more than anyone else, but he knew the difference in status. If Zhao Yuner could find someone, she could only be an ordinary person. The two of them soon arrived at Yang City and went straight to the private advisor's residence. Zhao Wensheng had been here before, so he knew where the private advisor lived. Chapter 4:18. It was still early, and the door to the private advisor's room was still closed. After knocking for a while, someone came to open the door and asked faintly, "Who are you?" It was a woman in her 40s or 50s. She was probably the private advisor's wife. "We're looking for the private advisor," Zhao Yuner explained. "He's sleeping. You know how to disturb people by coming so early." The woman yawned and looked sleepy. Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched. This woman was really interesting. It was already 7 or 8 o'clock, but it was not early. People in ancient times went to bed early, so it was reasonable to say that they would get up early. "We're looking for the private advisor for business." "Then come in first and wait. My husband will get up later, so he needs to sleep well." Zhao Yuner and Zhao Wensheng had no choice but to wait. After half an hour, the private advisor woke up. As soon as he saw Zhao Wensheng, he asked, "Why are you here today?" "Let me tell you, I've already helped you with your niece's matter. She's fine now. Don't look for me for anything else." "But private advisor, you didn't intervene in my niece's matter. It was the heir who helped," Zhao Wensheng said weakly. He didn't dare to be too strong in front of the heir. "Then in the end, your niece is fine, isn't it? Without the heir, didn't I take action?" The private advisor replied very calmly. He seemed to be used to dealing with this kind of thing. Zhao Yuner pulled her fifth uncle and asked him to come over. "Private advisor, I'm his niece." My fifth uncle was confused and thought that I committed a crime. But in the end, I didn't do anything. The case was investigated by the authorities and I was cleared. So whether the heir was involved or not, you didn't have to do anything. Isn't it bad to swallow the 20 taels of silver now? What do you mean by swallow the 20 taels of silver? Little girl, it's wrong of you to say that. You sent the silver over. Did I beg you to give it to me? Now you want to go back, how can you do that? If you were locked up, it would still be possible for you to go back. But now that you've been released, the 20 taels will definitely not be given to you. There was no reason for him to spit out what he had eaten. Does that mean you won't give it to me? Zhao Yuner remained patient. Give what? Hurry up and leave, otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Grandmaster, let's have a good talk. We are just ordinary people who don't know anything. But you can't treat us like this. After all, we still have to do business in the future. If you don't return the 20 taels of silver to us today, I will go to the government and make a fuss. That's why I'm abusing my authority and accepting bribes. Although they might not be able to punish you for your crimes, they would at least investigate you. They wouldn't leave you unpunished even though the people were indignant, right? As for whether your background is clean or not, you know it yourself. If the county magistrate doesn't care, then I will continue to appeal. I don't believe that the great Zhou country's laws are like waste paper, without any practical use at all. When Zhao Yuner said these words, the private advisor was also a bit shocked. A little girl without any power. Facing a government official like him, she wasn't afraid at all. Her words were clear and logical as she argued for what was right. Only he definitely wasn't willing to hand over the 20 taels of silver. The woman was clearly a little unwilling. Auntie, although the price is a bit high, you can't drag it on like this. How about this? I'll give you another 500 copper coins. Leave the things on your stall to me. Anyway, you won't have much use for them. Instead, they'll take up space and get in the way. The woman pondered for a moment. If she wasn't in a hurry to transfer, she definitely wouldn't be willing to let go of such a price. Miss, all right then. Seeing that you're a good person, I can give you the stall at this price. But you have to give me the money in 2 days. You can't say that you owe me first. Zhao Yuner smiled and said, No problem. I'll bring the money over tomorrow. Let's sign the contract. Zhao Yuner wanted to prevent the woman from regretting her decision, so she couldn't avoid wrangling when the time came. There were many stalls nearby that helped illiterate people write documents. They were all scholars, and writing a document only cost 5 copper coins. Chapter 420. Zhao Yuner was still unwilling to save these 5 copper coins. The woman nodded and said, Okay, Miss is also a straightforward person. Then let's talk when you come tomorrow. Okay. Zhao Yuner nodded. Zhao Yuner and Zhao Wenxing both ate the breakfast they ordered, leaving nothing behind. After eating and drinking to their heart's content, the two of them prepared to go back. Zhao Wenxing insisted that he would pay for breakfast, but Zhao Yuner refused. Fifth uncle, you've been busy with my affairs during this period of time. You don't have to fight with me to pay for breakfast. Otherwise, I definitely won't let you interfere next time. Zhao Yuner wanted Zhao Wenxing to keep more money. She spent a lot of money on her own brushes, ink, paper, and inkstone. Little girl Yuner, there's no reason for a junior to pay. We're different, fifth uncle. Don't be polite with me. You can just treat me next time. Okay then. Zhao Wenxing could only compromise. After Zhao Yuner paid, she took Xiao Mao, who was tied to the side, away. Zhao Wenxing followed. Yuner, girl, are you going to come to Yang City to do this breakfast business in the future? Zhao Wenxing asked. He also heard the conversation between Zhao Yuner and the woman just now. Zhao Yuner nodded and said, Yes, fifth uncle. This breakfast stall is quite profitable. I don't have any other way to earn money now, and we don't have any fields at home. It's quite good to come here to sell breakfast. Zhao Wenxing didn't know what to say. He just felt sorry for Zhao Yuner. It must be hard for a woman to come out in public. But she didn't have money, and she didn't have a good life. Compared to farming at home, Zhao Yuner's income from selling breakfast was much higher. Yuner, if you need any help in the future, tell fifth uncle. Fifth uncle will definitely help if he can. Zhao Yuner hooked up the corner of her mouth. Got it, fifth uncle. It's good that your parents are separated now. If there's any work, you can ask your mother and father to help you. And Ping, your grandmother can't say anything now. Zhao Wenxing sighed. When he learned that the third branch had separated from old Zhao's family, he was happy for his third brother and third sister-in-law. Old Zhao had a lot of family members, so there were a lot of things to do when they were together. The third branch was bullied even more. All right. She didn't count on Zhao Pinger, but as for selling breakfast, if the business was good, it would be good to have Liang Jinqiao help. She could pay her mother's wages. When the time came, the third branch would have a source of income. Naturally, their lives would be much better. While the two of them were walking and chatting, they suddenly heard a cry of surprise. Help! Help! Someone fell into the water. What should we do? The person shouting for help was not far from Zhao Yuner. It was by a small river, surrounded by a group of people. By the river, a well-dressed woman was crying anxiously, but no one went into the water to save her. Yuner, let's go and take a look, Zhao Wenxing said. He was a warm-hearted person, so he could not leave her in the lurch. Okay. Zhao Yuner drove the little donkey to the side and stopped. There was a child struggling in the river, but no one went into the water to save him. Who were these people? Why did they leave him in the lurch? They all gathered around to watch the show, but they did not stop talking. They were probably afraid that the water was too deep. If they jumped in, they might not be able to save the child, and they might even implicate themselves. The woman cried miserably. Please, whoever can save my son, I will definitely reward you handsomely. Chapter 421. Sister-in-law, it's not that we don't want to help you save him. Everyone knows that there are water ghosts in the river. Every year, they will drag a few people down to be scapegoats. Your son was unlucky to fall into the river and become a scapegoat. If we help you, we might die too. Yeah, no matter how much you thank us, it's not as important as a human life. When the time comes, you have money but you don't have the life to spend it. Wouldn't that be a waste? That's right, that's right. I also heard that when someone fell into the river, another person went down to save him. In the end, the two people were dragged down by the water ghost and drowned. That's why we can't interfere with the water ghost's life. Otherwise we will die too. No matter how much money you give me, I won't do it. People in ancient times were more superstitious, especially when it came to things like ghosts and gods. After confirming that there were water ghosts in the river, they didn't dare to go down. Zhao Yuner frowned. She didn't believe in these things. The drowning in the river was probably just a coincidence. The river was close to the street. It was normal for people to accidentally fall in. Zhao Yuner was about to jump down to save the child when Zhao Wenxing pulled her back. Yun, let me do it, Zhao Wenxing said. If the girl jumped down, her body would be wet and her clothes would stick to her body. There were also men watching. It wouldn't be good if they saw it. Men in the countryside basically knew how to swim. Zhao Wenxing was no exception. When he was young, he would jump into the pond naked. However, when he grew up and started studying, he became quieter. All right then, fifth uncle. Be careful. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Seeing that someone had saved her child, the woman was immediately grateful. You guys are really good people. Auntie, don't cry. It'll be fine. Zhao Yun comforted her. Zhao Wenxing jumped into the river and swam towards the child. Then, he pulled the child out of the river. However, because he had been drowning in the river for too long, the child's face started to turn green. His stomach was bulging. It was obvious that he had swallowed a lot of water. When the onlookers saw this, they started to sigh. Sigh, it's useless to come up now. It's obvious that he can't hold on. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to keep my life. It's too late. The water ghost wants a scapegoat. No one can save him. When the woman heard what the people around her said, she cried even louder. My son, why are you so miserable? If you go, your mother will go with you. Looking at the woman crying her heart out, Zhao Yuner hurriedly said, Auntie, please let me try. Artificial respiration could be performed after drowning, but the people of this era did not understand this. Therefore, most people would think that death was inevitable when they encountered such a situation. In fact, if they were rescued in time, they could still save their lives. The woman had no choice but to let Zhao Yuner give it a try. It was better than waiting in vain. The onlookers watched curiously. They wanted to know how Zhao Yuner would save the patient. She was about to die. Could it be that he could pull her back from the gates of hell? Zhao Yuner laid the child flat. Then, she started to press on the child's chest. Then, she breathed into the child's mouth. The onlookers were stunned by Zhao Yuner's series of actions. This woman must be crazy. Chapter 422. How could she get married in the future? Ordinary people would definitely not want this kind of woman. How embarrassing. Zhao Wenshang and the woman were also stunned by Zhao Yuner's behavior. They really didn't understand why Zhao Yuner started kissing while saving people. However, after everyone cursed in their hearts, they magically found that the child who was lying motionless on the ground suddenly coughed a few times and spat out a lot of water. The child also slowly woke up. Xian, how are you? Are you okay? The woman rushed over in surprise. The child vomited a few more times, but it was no big deal. Mother, don't worry, I'm fine. Lan Xian comforted the woman sensibly. Just now, when she was unconscious, she heard her mother calling in her ear, so she knew that her mother was probably worried to death. Xian, it's good that you're fine. Mother was worried to death. The woman pulled Lan Xian into her arms, as if she was afraid of losing him again. Zhao Yuner watched from the side and sighed in relief. Fortunately, the child was saved. Otherwise, it would be sad to see the white-haired person send off the black-haired person. Zhao Wenshang couldn't help but ask curiously, Yuner, what did you do just now to miraculously save the child? Zhao Yuner smiled. She didn't know how to explain. This was artificial respiration. The ancient people didn't understand. Fifth uncle, I've seen people use this method before, so I remembered it. I was just trying it out just now. When I think about it later, it's really useful. Zhao Wensheng didn't think too much about it. No matter what, Zhao Yuner saved a life today. The people who were originally scolding Zhao Yuner for being shameless all changed their words and began to praise her. This girl is really amazing. She can even pull someone back from the gates of hell. If it wasn't for this girl, this child's life would really be gone. Her method is really novel, but fortunately she saved the child. Looks like we have to thank this girl properly. Zhao Yuner didn't feel much about the praises around her. After working as a police officer for so many years, he was used to helping people. After Zhao Wensheng jumped into the river, his body was covered with water droplets. She didn't feel it when she was saving him, but now she was shivering from the cold. Fifth uncle, let's go home quickly. You have to change your clothes. Zhao Wensheng nodded. Just as the two of them were about to leave, the woman called out to them. Young master, young lady, please wait. The two of them had saved her son, so she had to thank them properly. They had already agreed that whoever saved his son would be heavily rewarded. I haven't thanked you properly yet. Why don't you come to my residence? I don't have anything good on me, the woman said sincerely. The child in his arms, Lan Xian, was looking at Zhao Yuner with a pair of bright eyes full of curiosity. Zhao Yuner noticed Lan Xian's gaze and looked towards him. Lan Xian immediately averted his gaze and a blush appeared on his little face. Is this child shy? Zhao Yuner's mouth curled up into a smile. Just as she was about to reject the woman's reward, a few people suddenly came. They were all wearing the uniform of servants and said to the woman, Madam, are you and young master okay? Madam, it's our fault. We came late. Please punish us. Chapter 423. The County Deputy Prime Minister's Mansion? So the woman in front of them should be the wife of the County Deputy Prime Minister? Zhao Yuner didn't want to be repaid by others. But now. Yes, madam. The servants nodded. The woman persuaded Zhao Yuner again. Miss, don't refuse. I only have one child. You saved my Xiener's life, so I have to repay you well. And this gentleman, you're soaked. It's so cold today. You have to change your clothes in case you catch a cold. If so, I'll feel very sorry. After the woman finished speaking, Zhao Yuner and Zhao Wensheng looked at each other. Zhao Yuner said with a smile, In that case, my fifth uncle and I won't refuse. Let's go. On the way, the County Deputy Prime Minister's wife and Zhao Yuner talked a lot and expressed their gratitude. At the same time, they asked about Zhao Yuner's situation. When Zhao Yuner told them the purpose of coming to Yang City today, the County Deputy Prime Minister's wife said, Miss Yuner, don't worry. Leave it to me. I'll talk to my husband and ask him to return you the 20 taels of silver. Thank you, madam. Miss Yuner, you're too polite. You did me a big favor. What I did for you is just a small favor. When they were chatting, they arrived at the County Deputy Prime Minister's mansion. Although the County Deputy Prime Minister's mansion was not as luxurious as the heir's mansion, it was very good among the houses in Yang City. It was a bit like the gardens in the south of the Yangtze River. It could be seen that the County Deputy Prime Minister's family were all elegant people. Come in. The County Deputy Prime Minister's wife said to Zhao Yuner and Zhao Wensheng. Zhao Yuner and Zhao Wensheng walked in and looked at the surrounding environment. There were bamboo branches, potted plants and flowers everywhere. It was like a garden. After entering, the servant led Zhao Wensheng to change into a clean set of clothes. The County Deputy Prime Minister's wife asked Zhao Yuner to stay for lunch. Zhao Yuner didn't refuse. Before she came, she was afraid that she would spend too much time, so she told Liang Jinqiao that if she couldn't make it back by noon, Daodu would eat at her place. Big sister, eat. Lan Xian handed over a piece of pastry and said to Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner smiled at Lan Xian. Thank you. You're welcome. The county deputy's wife looked at her son and then looked at Zhao Yuner. There was a touch of complexity in her eyes. Miss Yuner, you've sacrificed a lot for Xiener today. We're not irresponsible people. Xian is probably a few years younger than you, but it's not a big deal. If Miss Yun is willing, I'll send a matchmaker to Miss Yun's house to propose a marriage proposal. After the county deputy's wife said this sentence, Zhao Yun suddenly choked. Ahem. Yun, are you choking? Drink some water. The county deputy prime minister's wife said and handed a glass of water to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun took it and drank it. The corners of her mouth twitched. Was the county deputy prime minister's wife joking? Did he ask someone to propose marriage for Lan Xian, this brat, to marry her? Zhao Yun was an adult. She didn't have pedophilia. She couldn't accept it. Chapter 424. Under normal circumstances, the deputy's wife wouldn't make such a plan. After all, if she really wanted to marry a daughter-in-law, she must find a suitable one, or at least a suitable one for Xian. However, the young man had saved Xian's life. Nothing was more important than that. Women could repay a man with their bodies, so could men. Zhao Yun's expression was unusually awkward. Lan Xian stood aside and lowered his head shyly. He didn't raise any objection. Well, madam, you don't need to be so polite. I just saved his life. Besides, he's just a child. He's not a man, so he doesn't need to be responsible for me. Madam, I appreciate your kindness. But Yun, you're right. I'm afraid that other people don't think so. Gossip is a fearful thing. If it affects Yun's marriage in the future, I'll feel very guilty. Madam, you don't need to worry about that. To be honest, I already have a child. He's already 3 years old. When Zhao Yun said that she had a child, the deputy's wife was struck dumb for a second. She didn't know that Zhao Yun was a woman who had a child. She thought that Gu Yan was just an unmarried girl. In that case, she felt a little better. If Gu Yan had a child, she would be married. It wouldn't affect Zhao Yun much. If so, I'll prepare more gifts for Miss Yun later to show my gratitude. That's not necessary. Madam, I didn't save his life for your gifts. Besides, you promised to help me get back the 20 taels of silver. I'm already very grateful. Yun, please don't refuse me. If you don't accept it, I'll always owe you a favor. At this time, Zhao Wenxing also came over and said, Madam, the book teaches us to be willing to help others without asking for anything in return. If you insist on paying back, people will pay attention to the benefits they get after saving people. Then the poor people who can't afford to pay back others won't be able to get help. It's not good to have such a trend. The deputy county magistrate's wife didn't know how to refute Zhao Wenxing's words. Scholars were really eloquent. But if you don't want anything in return, I'll feel guilty, Zhao Yun said with a smile. Madam, since we're in Yang City, we'll inevitably run into trouble in the future. If we run into any trouble in the future, please help us. In fact, this was also the reason why Zhao Yun didn't accept the gifts from the county premier's wife. She was very interested in money, but she knew that she could earn it. The most important thing was that relationship, which couldn't be bought with money. Especially when he was in Sun City and had a relationship with the county magistrate. Miss Yun, of course. If you need any help, just let me know. As long as I can do it, I will definitely help. Thank you, madam. The few of them chatted for a while and lunch was prepared at the county deputy's residence. They were waiting for the county deputy to come back. At about 11 o'clock, the deputy county magistrate returned to the county magistrate's mansion after finishing his work in the magistrate's office. The county deputy's wife then told the county deputy what had happened today. Chapter 425. Even without the county deputy's wife's request, the county deputy would consider asking his private advisor to return the 20 taels of silver to Zhao Yun. So, the county deputy asked his private advisor to come over. When the private advisor saw Zhao Yun, he was secretly shocked. He didn't expect that Zhao Yun was so capable that she even asked the county deputy for help. This little girl had really underestimated her. Since the county deputy asked him directly, the private advisor couldn't refuse. So, he returned the 20 taels of silver. When there were only the private advisor and the county deputy sighed and said, This time, it's not that I don't want to protect you. That girl is not a simple person. She has a relationship with young prince. If this matter is investigated later, Young prince will also be concerned about it. You will be in big trouble at that time. The private advisor nodded and said, "Thank you for your consideration, county deputy." Well, let's not talk about this. Next time you do this kind of thing, take it easy and don't go too far. The county deputy reminded him. The county deputy had been in the officialdom for so many years, so he knew clearly about the covetousness of some small profits. No official had a clean background. If that was the case, relying on the annual salary given by the government, it was estimated that they would have to live a simple life. Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wenshang had lunch in the county deputy's mansion. Then they got up and left. After getting back the 20 taels of silver, Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wenshang were very satisfied. Today's trip was not in vain. The county deputy and his wife sent Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wenshang to the gate of the county's mansion. Even if I send you off for 1,000 miles, we will have to part in the end. Miss Yun'er, young Master Zhao, I won't send you off anymore. If you need anything, just come to the county deputy's mansion to find me. The county deputy's wife said with a smile. Zhao Yun'er also replied with a smile. Okay. When they were about to leave, Lan Xian called Zhao Yun'er. Sister. Zhao Yun'er turned around and asked with a smile, "What's wrong?" Lan Xian's face instantly turned red. He shyly asked Zhao Yun'er, "Big sister, when can you come to my house to see me?" "What's wrong? Will you miss me?" Lan Xian nodded shyly. Seeing that this child really treated her differently, Zhao Yun'er didn't want to disappoint Lan Xian, so she smiled and said, "If I have time, I'll come and see you." Yeah. Lan Xian nodded heavily. There was a hint of anticipation in his eyes. He was very happy to get Zhao Yun'er's promise. The deputy county magistrate's wife was keenly aware of her son's emotional changes. This child. Why does he look so sentimentally attached to Zhao Yun'er? Then I'll leave first. Zhao Yun'er waved her hand. Then she got on the wooden cart with Zhao Yun'er. Xiao Mao pulled Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wenshang and ran away. Zhao Wenshang held the 20 taels of silver in his hand. He still felt that it was a little unreal. He sighed and said, "I didn't expect that it would come back today. Yun'er, thanks to you. If you didn't save the county deputy's son, we wouldn't get the money back so easily." Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, "Fifth uncle, your contribution is not small. Today you jumped into the water to save people. So it's thanks to you that we can get the 20 taels of silver back." Zhao Wenshang was in a good mood. He smiled and said, "Then we all have a share. If we take the money back to your grandfather, he will be happy." Chapter 426. Zhao Wenshang was somewhat puzzled. "You know why?" "Fifth uncle, our old Zhao has a lot of family members, so you have to make some plans for yourself. When you get married, you'll need a lot of money. It's always good to have 20 taels as a backup. But we haven't separated yet. If your grandfather and grandmother know that I secretly hid 20 taels of silver, they'll fall out. Fifth uncle, if you believe me, I'll keep the 20 taels of silver for you. I guarantee that they won't know. In the future, when you get married or if you need it urgently, I'll take it out." "But Yun'er, isn't this not very good? These 20 taels of silver were originally taken out by my grandfather to help me get out of prison." "Originally, we couldn't get it back. We got it back with our own ability, so there's no need to give it to old Zhao's family. Fifth uncle, sometimes you have to be a little selfish. You like that aunt in town, so you can't avoid a lot of difficulties. It's always good to have some money to prepare." After being persuaded by Zhao Yun'er, Zhao Wenshang was a little embarrassed. He didn't expect that his niece could see that he liked Jin Suojuan. Then keep it. Yun'er, you take care of it. If you need it urgently, you can use it. These 20 taels of silver are also yours." Zhao Wenshang said in a low voice, looking a little embarrassed. Zhao Yun'er's mouth hooked up. Seeing that Zhao Wenshang didn't insist, she was relieved. Fortunately, he wasn't stubborn. Otherwise, these 20 taels of silver would have been given to old Zhao's family for nothing. When Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wenshang returned to the village, it was already 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Zhao Wenshang took a few days off. Since Zhao Yun'er didn't have anything to do, he prepared to go back to school tomorrow. Zhao Yun'er went to the third branch to see if there was anything the third branch could help with. When she arrived at old Zhao's house, old Zhao's family was building a wooden shed against the wall. This wooden shed could be considered as a kitchen. After all, the stove needed a place to shelter from the wind and rain. It couldn't be left exposed. If it was a special room, the cost would be a little high. He would have to spend some money, but it was not as fast as building a wooden shed. Zhao Yuner saw that it was her fourth uncle, Zhao Wentao, and her second cousin, Zhao Tianhu, who were helping the third branch to build the wooden shed. As for the other members of old Zhao's family, they didn't interfere at all. Even if he was just sitting there, he was not willing to lend a hand. Seeing that Zhao Wentao and Zhao Tianlong were helping the third branch build a wooden shed, Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui, who were sitting under the shade of a tree, began to make sarcastic remarks. Fourth brother, why are you so enthusiastic? We've already split up. Can't he handle the matters of the third branch by himself? Why do you have to interfere and help? That's right, fourth brother. You have so much strength. You have to do more work in the fields later. There's also Tianhu. As expected, he's so energetic at such a young age. It's good to be diligent. It just so happens that plowing the land in the afternoon is a strenuous job. When Zhao Yuner heard Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui's words, the corners of her mouth couldn't help but twitch. After all, they were biological brothers. It was fine if they didn't help with the work. But instead, they scolded others for doing the work. What kind of people were they? Zhao Yuner looked around. In this old Zhao's family, the most inhumane members were the first and second branches. As for the first branch's second cousin, he was excluded. Zhao Yuner had a good impression of Zhao Tianhu. In old Zhao's family, he was considered a good person. Chapter 427. Li Chueying was implying that even though Zhao Yuner had given them so much good stuff, the third branch did not necessarily share it with the rest of old Zhao's family. Zhao Yuner felt a wave of disgust when she heard those sour words. Hua Chunhua happened to hear those words as well. Hua Chunhua snorted coldly. You still want to take advantage of them? That's like a sow climbing a tree. Zhao Yuner rolled her eyes in her heart. They had the nerve to criticize the third branch. Why didn't they think about what they had done? Effort and gain were equal. If you were good to others, others would be good to you. These people didn't treat the people of the third branch well, so why should the third branch share their things with the people of the Zhao family? Zhao Yuner entered the courtyard and smiled at Liang Jinqiao. Mother, I'll cook a few more dishes and send them over tonight. Let fourth uncle and second cousin eat with us. I don't have any meat. Even though Zhao Yuner did not mention it, Liang Jinqiao had already planned to do so. Since Zhao Yuner had mentioned it, she nodded and said, Okay. Thank you for your hard work, Yuner. It's fine. It's not a problem to cook a few more dishes. Okay. When they heard that Zhao Yuner had invited Zhao Wentao and Zhao Tianhu to dinner, not only did they know that there would be dishes, but there was also meat. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui looked at each other and swallowed hard. They could not help but feel hungry at the thought of eating meat. Third brother, let me give you a hand too. Zhao Wenshi came over and said eagerly. Zhao Wenshui did not want to be left behind. Third brother, let me help too. It'll be faster if there's more people. Even ghosts knew why the two of them were suddenly so eagerly attentive. They just wanted to help now so that they could bring them along for dinner. Zhao Wenhua felt uncomfortable seeing Zhao Tianshi and Zhao Wenshui like this. He didn't help when he should, but now he was being hypocritical. Thus he refused. Big brother, second brother, there's no need. The wooden shed is almost ready. You should rest well. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui were a little unhappy when they heard that. He asked, Third brother, what do you mean? Why are you saying that it's almost done when we help you? Aren't you deliberately rejecting us? Big brother, second brother really doesn't need it. Didn't you see it for yourselves? There are only a few things that need to be done in the wooden shed. Then we'll help you finish the rest. By the way, don't you still need to build the stove? We'll help you. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui didn't know how to refute what Zhao Wenhua said. Zhao Yuner watched from the side and couldn't help but sneer. Just how thick-skinned were these two people? If she hadn't offered to treat them to dinner, they probably wouldn't have come over to help like this. Zhao Wentao and Zhao Tianhu's words seemed to have been completely forgotten when the two of them were down. What kind of people were they? Li Chueying also chimed in. Third brother, you're not being honest. Your big brother and second brother came over to help you out of kindness, but you still rejected them. What do you mean by that? Second sister-in-law, that's not what I meant. It's just that I have enough people here, so I don't want to trouble big brother and second brother if I can. We still have work to do in the fields in the afternoon. Why don't big brother and second brother save their energy to do the work in the fields? Otherwise, they won't be able to do it in the afternoon, Zhao Wenhua explained, but he didn't let Zhao Wenshui and Zhao Wenshe help. Chapter 428. If it were in the past, he would probably agree to let Zhao Wenshe and Zhao Wenshui help. Zhao Yun was looking forward to it. If her father was always like this, how good would it be? Then the third branch would not be bullied too much. Zhao Yun sneered and said to Zhao Wenhua, "Father, since eldest uncle and second uncle are so enthusiastic, let them help." A trace of craftiness flashed across Zhao Yun's eyes when she said that. Zhao Wenhua was stunned. He did not know what Zhao Yun meant by that. Eldest uncle and second uncle took the initiative to help because of their brotherly relationship with father. If you refuse, then you are in the wrong, Zhao Yun said. Zhao Wenshe and Zhao Wenshui hurriedly nodded. Yes, Yun is right. Third brother, the two of us treat you as a brother. If you refuse the help of your brothers, then isn't that not treating us as your brothers? Zhao Wenhua did not know what to say. His train of thought was disrupted by Zhao Yun's interference. Zhao Yun very calmly curled her lips. Yes, father. Eldest uncle and second uncle are helping. They don't have any other intentions, and they don't want anything from you. Why are you still like this? Then, let your eldest uncle and second uncle help? Zhao Wenhua asked in disbelief and confirmed with Zhao Yun. Let's let eldest uncle and second uncle help. But eldest uncle and second uncle, I won't be cooking much later, so I won't be able to entertain the two of you. I believe you won't mind. After all, eldest uncle and second uncle are only helping father because of their brotherly relationship. They don't want this meal, right? After Zhao Yun finished speaking, Zhao Wenshe and Zhao Wenshui's faces instantly darkened. What was this girl saying? They had helped just for this meal. Now that they were not even going to give them a meal, what were they supposed to do? Yun, you can't say that. You've already asked your fourth uncle and second cousin to eat. Your eldest uncle and I only have 2 extra pairs of chopsticks. No matter how little food there is, it shouldn't be enough for the two of us, right? Zhao Wenshe and Zhao Wenshui were clearly anxious. Eldest uncle, second uncle, it's really just 2 less people. Isn't it just a meal? It's nothing good. Don't tell me that eldest uncle and second uncle are going to fuss about this? Zhao Yun sneered. I say, Yun, are you doing this on purpose? Are you trying to trick us? Why is it that we work for you but you don't give us food to eat? Where is this logic coming from? Zhao Wenshui said angrily. The smile on Zhao Yun's mouth became colder. This guy actually had the nerve to say it out loud. Shameless. Delicious to the extreme. How could there be such a person? Old Zhao's family really had a lot of weirdos. In the face of Zhao Wenshui's questioning, Zhao Yun replied indifferently. Second uncle, you can't say that. You and eldest uncle volunteered to work for my father, so I can't force you to treat anyone to a meal. I can treat whoever I want to, right? You little girl, you're so evil. What did your eldest uncle and I do to offend you? You're so stingy with a meal. Zhao Wenshui was a little indignant when he thought about eating meat. His stomach felt very uncomfortable when he didn't have any food for a long time. It would have been fine if they didn't mention eating meat, but now that Zhao Yun mentioned it, Zhao Wenshui felt like there was a glutton crawling around in his stomach. If he didn't eat meat, he would be upset for the next few days. Zhao Yun only found it laughable. Chapter 429. She said that she was evil, but the people from the Zhao family were much worse than her. Zhao Wenshe and Zhao Wenshui were even more so. Eldest uncle, second uncle, you're wrong. I'm not trying to steal your food. Everyone knows that you have big stomachs and eat a lot. One of you can eat as much as 2 people. If I let you come over to eat, then the others don't need to eat. Eldest uncle, second uncle, are you so calculative about a meal, or are you helping just for the food? Zhao Yun exposed them mercilessly. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui were embarrassed and embarrassed. This wretched girl was too much. It was not good for them to say no, but it was also not good for them to say no. If they said yes, it would be a slap in the face for what they said just now. If they said no, Zhao Yun had even more reason to not let them eat. You wretched girl, we won't talk to you anymore. We won't help, okay? That's right, we won't help, we won't help. There's no benefit in helping. It'll be a waste of effort. Humph. Do you really think we care about that meal of hers? Zhao Yun curled her lips. It was best if they didn't help. They would really think that she was begging them for help. Zhao Wenhua secretly shook his head. He knew that this would be the outcome. But it was also good that eldest uncle and second uncle would not get involved. Although it was troublesome to set up the wooden shed and the stove, with 4 or 5 people working together, it was done quickly. Zhao Yun went home first to look for Mulan. Mulan was also working in the yard, but she did not interfere much. Instead, she instructed Erhua to do it. Although Erhua was young, she was very skilled at work. There was a wooden basin in front of her with some small clothes soaked in water. When she picked it up and rubbed it in her hands, Mulan said, Erhua, put some soap on it. It'll be clean when you rub it. Got it, mother. As she spoke, Erhua picked up the soap and rubbed it on the stained area. After all, a child's strength was a little weaker, so it was a little strenuous to rub. However, Erhua didn't have any complaints. Take it slow. Sister-in-law Mulan. Zhao Yun called out as soon as she entered the courtyard. Mulan was also very happy to see Zhao Yun. He immediately brought a stool over for Zhao Yun to sit down. Zhao Yun looked at Erhua and said, Erhua is really sensible. She's helping you. Mulan laughed bitterly. If I could, I wouldn't let Erhua work. Yesterday, when she was weaving a bamboo basket, she accidentally cut her hand. Now that the wound had split open, it was very painful and she couldn't touch water. We can only let Erhua do this kind of wet work. When Erhua heard this, her little hand paused. She smiled at Mulan and said, Mother, I'm fine anyway. I'm not tired. Looking at such a sensible child, Zhao Yun was also happy for Mulan. It was okay if life was a little tough, as long as the family was harmonious. The children were all sensible, so naturally, Mulan did not have to worry too much. At the moment, she only wanted to make money. Zhao Yun looked at Mulan's hand, which was wrapped in a piece of white cloth. Weaving bamboo baskets was dangerous to begin with. It didn't seem to be a big deal. Otherwise, the wound would have to be disinfected and bandaged. Chapter 430. Mulan was very excited after hearing this. Yun, is it true? Yes, this auntie's stall hasn't been sold for a long time, so this time, I spent a lot less money than before. Including the things in the stall, it's a total of 1 to 500 copper coins. In addition, you just have to pay 800 copper coins a year. Zhao Yun had told Mulan about the previous price, so she knew the price. This time it was indeed a lot less. In that case, the stall could really be opened earlier. Mulan couldn't control her excitement when she thought about it. These days, she wanted to earn more money to buy more delicious food for the children. Now, she finally saw hope. Yun, I'll go with you tomorrow, Mulan said. Zhao Yun nodded. She really needed 2 people to go together. After finishing the documents tomorrow, she had to buy some raw materials for making snacks, such as flour, oil, salt, and so on. The stall would open the day after tomorrow, so these had to be prepared in advance. Sister Mulan, what do you think we should sell? If they wanted business to be good, they had to sell some special things. However, Zhao Yun couldn't think of anything that didn't exist in this era. After being asked by Zhao Yun, Mulan was a little embarrassed. Yun, I don't know much about these things. I'm from the countryside, so I usually eat these things. I don't know what people in the city like to eat. Zhao Yun didn't continue to make things difficult for Mulan. Mulan didn't eat much herself, so she couldn't think of anything delicious. She would go back and think about what to do in the future. Mother, help me wash the diapers. There are almost no diapers left. The voice of Mulan's sister-in-law, Madame Qi, came from Family Zhu's room. Madame Zhu ran out of her room and hurried into Madame Qi's room. Coming, coming, Mrs. Zhu said weakly. Zhao Yun vaguely heard Madame Qi's cursing voice in the room. Mother, aren't you too lazy? He didn't even care about his eldest grandson. He was too heartless. If you don't have diapers, then you can only wet the bed. When the time comes, you'll have to pull off the sheets and help me wash them. Okay. Eldest daughter-in-law, I'll go and take a bath now. Sigh, it's mainly because my waist hurts these 2 days. Otherwise, wouldn't I have taken a bath? In the face of Mrs. Zhu's complaint, Madame Qi didn't take it to heart at all. Instead, she scolded, Mother, even if your waist hurts, you should wash it. I'm still in confinement. I can't wash it, right? The reason why Madame Qi was so arrogant was that she relied on her man's protection. Mrs. Zhu was afraid that the first branch would also argue about the separation. Yes. You rest, I'll go wash up. By the way, Mother, after you're done washing, make me 2 eggs in sugar water to eat. I've been feeling weak these 2 days. Madame Qi ordered again. Mrs. Zhu scolded her eldest daughter-in-law for being greedy in her heart, but she didn't dare to say anything. She could only nod and say, Okay, then I'll cook for you. Sister-in-law Mulan, your mother is quite miserable now. Zhao Yun said with a smile, and there was a hint of schadenfreude in her laughter. Didn't Mrs. Zhu bully others too much in the past? Now, there was someone to teach her a lesson. Speaking of this, Mulan seemed to have some sympathy for Mrs. Zhu. Actually, my mother is quite pitiful. My eldest sister-in-law doesn't do anything and leaves everything to my mother. Chapter 431. If Mrs. Zhu hadn't treated Mulan that way, they wouldn't have split up. Mulan nodded and responded. Sympathy was one thing, but sometimes sympathy was useless. She still remembered how Mrs. Zhu treated her before. Mrs. Zhu took out the diaper and saw Erhua washing clothes beside the wooden basin. She walked over and threw the diaper aside. She said to Mulan, second daughter-in-law, let Erhua wash my diaper too. Mulan was stunned. Was her mother wrong? Let Erhua wash it? Her eldest sister-in-law didn't wash it herself, and neither did her mother. Now she had the nerve to let Erhua wash it? Erhua was just a child. Seeing that Mulan was about to say something, Mrs. Zhu spoke first. Second daughter-in-law, my waist has been hurting badly these 2 days. It's okay for Erhua to help wash my diaper. Besides, girls have to do more work from a young age. When she marries into her husband's family in the future, she won't be lazy and be disliked by her husband's family. Zhao Yun only felt that old Madame Zhao was really interesting. She didn't know how she said such things. She sounded reasonable, but it was just nonsense. Mother, my hand is injured. It's already not easy for Erhua to wash my clothes. Where does Erhua get the strength to help you wash it? Why can't she? Isn't Erhua good at washing it? If you don't want to, then don't. Why are you making excuses? Mrs. Zhu said and rolled her eyes at Mulan in displeasure. Mulan took a few deep breaths. She had never seen such an unreasonable person. She even sympathized with her eldest sister-in-law for bullying her. Now, her mother-in-law came to bully her daughter. Fortunately, they had split up back then. Otherwise, her Erhua would really have to help wash her diaper today. Mother, my eldest sister-in-law doesn't wash it herself. Why should my Erhua help her? Now that we're separated, my family won't intervene in your affairs anyway, and I won't wash your diapers for you. Mulan's attitude became very firm. Zhao Yun watched from the side and smiled. Mulan should be like this. She should be tough so that Mrs. Zhu wouldn't think that she was a pushover. You. Mrs. Zhu pointed at Mulan angrily. After being bullied by his first daughter-in-law, he now had to be bullied by his second daughter-in-law. How did our family Zhu marry such an unfilial daughter-in-law? Old man, why don't you take me down with you? I can't take it anymore. Mrs. Zhu's crying was just to attract people to come over and see her miserable state. She wanted to see if anyone could speak up for her. It was obvious that what she had done was wrong. Now that the truth was known, she should be the one to be scolded. Mrs. Family Zhu, you're wrong. If you want to talk about unfilial, your first daughter-in-law lying in the room is the most unfilial. Your waist is already hurting, but she still asked you to wash the diapers. Mulan's hand is injured, and Erhua is just a child. You're separated from the family, so she has no obligation to help you at all, Zhao Yuner scolded. If you shout so loudly, when the neighbors come over later, I'm afraid that your first daughter-in-law is shameless and unfilial. You've been doing confinement for several months, but you still let your mother-in-law do this kind of thing. Zhao Yuner deliberately raised her voice to let Mrs. Qi in the room hear this sentence. Sure enough, after Madame Qi heard this, she immediately rushed out of the house and scolded old Madame Zhu. Chapter 432. Old hag, are you doing this on purpose? Do you want people to scold me? How can you be so evil? Madame Qi said as she pushed Mrs. Zhu. Mrs. Zhu's body couldn't withstand Madame Qi's push. She sat on the ground and cried out, "Ouch, ouch!" Mrs. Zhu had a bad fall and looked a little pitiful, but Mulan had no intention of helping her. In the end, she was bitterly disappointed in Mrs. Zhu. In the past, she was used to being weak and didn't know how to resist, so she was bullied. Now that she thought it through, if she was too weak, she would be bullied, and even her child would be bullied. When Madame Qi heard Mrs. Zhu's cry, she said unhappily, "Can you stop yelling? When people really come later, are you going to say that I pushed you? You evil old hag." Mrs. Zhu only felt aggrieved in the face of the angry Madame Qi, but she didn't dare to say anything. She could only pout and say, "Eldest daughter-in-law, I won't yell anymore, okay? Help me up, I can't get up." Madame Qi glared at Mrs. Zhu. "Old hag, hurry up and wash your diapers when you get up. Don't yell so much that the whole village will hear you. If you gossip about me, I'll make sure you get it." "Okay." Mrs. Zhu bit her lower lip and almost cried. Mulan sighed and didn't say anything else. In fact, Mrs. Zhu often used such beatings and scoldings on her. However, Mrs. Zhu probably didn't expect that such an encounter would happen to her one day. After Madame Qi finished speaking, she glanced indifferently at Zhao Yuner and Mulan and left. She knew that her second sister-in-law wouldn't say anything. Because she treated old Madame Zhu like this, she reckoned that old Madame Zhu was happy in her heart. After Madame Qi entered the room, Zhao Yuner smiled and whispered into Mulan's ear, "Your sister-in-law is quite interesting." Mulan pursed her lips. Her sister-in-law didn't think so in the past, but now, she felt that it was lazy, delicious and fierce. But there was nothing she could do. She couldn't say anything. Mrs. Zhu pitifully got up from the ground and picked up the diaper on the ground. Then, she took out a wooden basin and began to scrub it. She was afraid that she would be scolded again if she was late. "Sister-in-law Mulan, if there's nothing else, I'll take my leave first. I'll come to your house tomorrow to pick you up and we'll go to Yang City together." Mulan nodded. "All right. Yuner, you can go back to your work." "Yes." Zhao Yuner went back to prepare dinner. In any case, Zhao Wentao and Zhao Tianhu had helped to build the wooden shed, so they should be rewarded. Actually, treating these two well was also to show the rest of old Zhao's family. If they got along well with the third branch, it would only benefit them. If it was like before, they wouldn't benefit at all. Zhao Yuner was in a hurry to go to Yang City this time, so she didn't go to the market to buy pork. But there was bacon at home. She went to Auntie Lu's house to ask for some garlic and prepared to stir-fry bacon with garlic. It tasted very good. She also prepared to catch a few bullfrogs. Although this thing wasn't for sale now, it didn't mean that she couldn't eat it. It would definitely taste delicious if she cooked it. There were still some eggs at home. She made a bowl of egg soup and a plate of scrambled eggs with chili. These dishes were definitely very sumptuous in the countryside. "Daodu, let's go catch bullfrogs," Zhao Yuner called out. Chapter 433. The two children were a little excited. After all, it was a serious matter and fun. "Catch more today. Let's eat it ourselves," Zhao Yuner said. When she caught it before, she wanted to sell it for more money, so she didn't keep it and sold it. However, the two of them liked to eat it. Hearing Zhao Yuner say so, the two children nodded. "Okay, mother." "Second sister, I know." Several people came to the field. Zhao Yuner really wanted to take some wild vegetables back. After entering spring, the plants grew quickly. The fields were all green and there were all kinds of grasses growing in them. Daodu, you and little uncle go catch bullfrogs. Mother will go pick some wild vegetables. Seeing that the two children were already searching in the field, Zhao Yuner was also busy looking for wild vegetables. The sooner she finished, the sooner she could go home to cook. On a piece of land near the foot of the mountain, it was full of weeds. Zhao Yuner's sharp eyes found a large clump of duckfoot grass. This duckfoot grass was a kind of wild vegetable that grew in the mountains. Because its leaves were in the shape of 3 petals, it was somewhat like the sole of a duck's foot, so it was called this. The special thing was that when the duckfoot grass was picked, it would emit a strong fragrance. It smelled very good. In addition to being fried as a dish, this duckfoot grass could also be used as medicine. Because it had cooling and reducing internal heat, anti-inflammatory and blood pressure effects, and its nutritional value was particularly high. It was rich in vitamin content. When Zhao Yuner found it, her eyes lit up. It was estimated that the people in the village didn't know this kind of grass, so no one picked it to eat. Zhao Yuner carried a basket and picked a lot. It just so happened that these 2 days, her father and brother were doing heavy work in the field. They were also exposed to the sun, so it was easy for them to get heaty. Eating this thing could clear the internal heat and was also nutritious. It was good for the children to eat it. They also needed to supplement nutrition and vitamins. Looking at the large piece of grass at the foot of the mountain, it was a pity that people couldn't eat it. In addition to eating it, this kind of vegetable was also excellent for feeding pigs. It was also nutritious for pigs to eat and it was easy to gain weight. If he could raise a few pigs and feed them with this wild grass, he could save a lot of food. However, she did not have the time to raise pigs, but she could discuss it with her mother. In any case, they had already separated from the main family. Bringing back 2 piglets to raise would also belong to the 3rd branch. During the new year, not only could he sell it for money, but he could also eat pork. There were also many people in the countryside who raised pigs. After Zhao Yuner finished picking a basket, she got up and went back. On the way back, she bumped into Gooden, who was playing in the fields with other children in the village. As soon as he bumped into Zhao Yuner, he just glanced at her and left without greeting her. Zhao Yuner was stunned. Previously, Gooden was more polite when he saw her. Could it be that he felt that her mother's imprisonment had something to do with her, so he ignored her? Just as Zhao Yuner was thinking about this, she heard a child shout, "Gooden, my mother said that she harmed your mother. Why don't you settle the score with her? If it were me, I would beat her to death and scold her to death. She's too evil. How dare she frame your mother? That's right, Gooden. She's a bad woman who harmed your mother." These children's words fell into Zhao Yuner's ears. Chapter 434. Gooden, you're such a coward. He harmed your mother and you're not even going to take revenge for her. A child began to mock Gooden. If it weren't for the fact that he was a child and Zhao Yun, was afraid that others would say that she was bullying him, she would have rushed out to beat him up. Damn it, how did his parents teach him? Gooden huffed at the child. Stop talking. I'm going to ignore you if you keep talking. I'm not going to play with you anymore. After saying that, Eggface walked forward angrily. With this roar, no child dared to say anything. Gooden was considered the king of the children. He was quite good at fighting, so the children in the village were afraid of him. However, the more afraid they were, the more they liked to play with him. Zhao Yuner sighed. She didn't know what to say. Actually, she didn't want Gooden to hold a grudge against her. There was no point in thinking about it now. Zhao Yun was too lazy to think about it. As they continued walking, Daodu's scream suddenly rang out. Zhao Yun hurriedly ran over. Before Zhao Yun arrived, Gooden had already rushed to Daodu's side. Gooden pulled Daodu behind him and used a tree branch to hit the ground. It was a water snake. Under Gooden's beating, the water snake slipped away. Although this type of snake wasn't very poisonous, it was still a snake. It was normal for Daodu to be afraid. When Zhao Yun saw Daodu, Daodu's little face was ashen. When he saw Zhao Yun coming over, Daodu hurriedly dove into Zhao Yun's embrace. Mother. All right, Daodu, don't be afraid. It's already been chased away. Zhao Yun patted Daodu's back to comfort him. Mother, the snake is so big. Mother knows that Dowdu is afraid. All right, let's not catch bullfrogs anymore. Let's go back. Zhao Yun said softly. It was the beginning of spring, and the snakes that were hibernating slowly crawled out. Therefore, it was normal for them to encounter snakes in the fields. Gooden was used to it, so naturally, he wasn't that afraid. Zhao Yun said to Gooden, Gooden, thank you for saving Dowdu. In the face of Zhao Yun taking the initiative to start a conversation, Gooden didn't know how to respond. Gooden, can Aunt Yun speak with you? Zhao Yun's voice softened. Gooden looked up at Zhao Yun and nodded at Zhao Yun. Go Dan. Do you believe that Aunt Yun harmed your mother? Gooden nodded and then shook his head. He wasn't sure himself. He felt that Zhao Yun wouldn't harm his mother, but the surrounding people all said that Zhao Yun did it. His father and grandmother all said the same thing. It can't be that everyone was lying. Gooden, you're still young. There are many things that you don't understand. However, Aunt Yun can tell you for sure that Aunt Yun didn't harm your mother. Do you remember that Aunt Yun told you that toads are poisonous and can't be caught? Think about it again. Didn't your mother let you catch a lot of them? Zhao Yun didn't say the rest of her words. She was afraid that if she said it too bluntly, it would make Gooden's impression of his mother even worse. No one wants their own mother to be a bad person. Gooden was very smart and understood Zhao Yun's meaning. He lowered his head and seemed to be thinking about something. After a while he said, Aunt Yun, I believe you. Zhao Yun patted Gooden's head. No matter if you have any complaints towards Aunt Yun still thinks that you're a good child. Also, thank you for protecting Dowdu today. Chapter 435. Zhao Yun sighed as she watched Gooden leave. It was normal for this child to feel estranged. No matter how bad Qin Hailon was, she was still his mother. Whether or not Qin Hailon was harmed by Zhao Yun it was still related to Zhao Yun Let's go Dowdu Tianfu. Zhao Yun said to the two children. Although they didn't catch a lot of bullfrogs, it was enough to cook a big plate. Zhao Yun returned home and handled the bullfrogs neatly. Then, she began to prepare dinner. Dowdu and Zhao Tianfu helped to light the fire. After a while, Liang Jinqiao came over. She could even help with the cooking. The mother and daughter were busy in the kitchen. Liang Jinqiao washed and cut the vegetables while Zhao Yun cooked. It was the first time she had seen Zhao Yun cook so well. The vegetables were put into the pot and fiddled with it a few times. Immediately, a fragrant smell came out. Yun your cooking skills are really good. The vegetables are so fragrant. Liang Jinqiao couldn't help but praise. Mother, there's some rapeseed oil in the vegetables. How can it not be fragrant? In the past, you didn't use oil when cooking. That's true. There's no oil or flavor in the vegetables. But oil is expensive. Your grandmother can't bear to let us use more. It's okay, Mother. In the future when we have money we can eat more oil. There's no need to be too frugal. Tianan and Tianfu are still growing. Father is also tired from working. Yes. I know, Yun As Zhao Yun spoke, she poured the chopped chili and eggs into the pot. Instantly, a choking smell came out. Liang Jinqiao couldn't help but cough a few times. He was choked by the smell. Yun it's really choking. But at the same time, I feel that the smell of it is very appetizing. Zhao Yun smiled. That's right. Scrambled eggs with chili. It goes well with rice and wine. It's perfect for father and fourth uncle to drink. Liang Jinqiao sighed. But there's no wine at home. I can't give it to your father and fourth uncle. Your grandfather does have it, but he definitely won't be able to get it. It's okay, Mother. I have some here. Zhao Yun brought back several jugs of white wine from the Xueqi estate. He was going to drink with Mu Lianfeng when he came over. In addition, some dishes can also be cooked with wine. Anyway, white wine wouldn't expire, so it didn't matter if he kept it at home. Yun you still have wine at home? Liang Jinqiao was secretly surprised. I happen to have some. It's all good wine. Bring a jar over later. Okay. Liang Jinqiao nodded. By the way, Yun your second aunt said that she will ask a matchmaker to find a marriage for your cousin Jing. If she finds a good one, she can marry him. After all, she's already 16 years old. I was wondering if I should ask a matchmaker to help you ask around in the surrounding villages. If there's a suitable one, you can consider it too. Liang Jinqiao thought that there was nothing going on between Zhao Yuner and Mu Lianfeng. Moreover, there was a huge gap between their statuses, so there shouldn't be anything going on between them. When Zhao Yuner heard this, she paused what she was doing and said to Liang Jinqiao, "Mother, don't worry about me. I'm living quite well with Dao Du now. If you want to worry, you should worry about Sister Ping. She's older than me and doesn't have any children. It's much more practical to find a marriage for her." Zhao Yuner immediately pushed this matter to Zhao Ping. A woman like Zhao Ping was detestable at home. It would be better if she got married. Chapter 436. After hearing what Zhao Yuner said, Liang Jinqiao thought about it and agreed. Her eldest daughter was not young and was not married yet. If she delayed any longer, she would not be able to get married for the rest of her life and would be wasted at home. Actually, she did not mind. At most, she would raise her daughter for the rest of her life. However, if her daughter really stayed at home, she would inevitably be gossiped about in the village. It would not be good for their family and Zhao Ping. Liang Jinqiao nodded and said, "Then I'll ask the matchmaker to help our families Ping. I hope she can find a marriage partner." The two children also heard the conversation between Zhao Yuner and Liang Jinqiao. Zhao Tianfu said, "Mother, I think eldest sister will definitely not be able to get married. Eldest sister is too ugly. It's scary just looking at her." Dao Du also chimed in, "Grandmother, eldest aunt is also fierce. She's always fierce to Dao Du. No one will like her." Zhao Yun did not know whether to laugh or cry at the two children's words. Liang Jinqiao was the same. He nagged at Zhao Yuner. Look, we haven't found a person yet, but the two children are already talking about it. Ping's appearance is not likable, and her personality is not good. It is indeed a bit difficult to find a husband." However, Zhao Yun smiled and said, "If we really can't find one, then we'll just make do with someone who is suitable. No matter how bad older sister Pinger is, she is still a woman. There are many bachelors. How can she not get married?" Liang Jinqiao sighed. "That's the only way. If it's not too bad, then we'll just let her get married." Zhao Yuner nodded. In her heart, she could not wait for Zhao Pinger to get married quickly. Once she was married, she would not be able to cause any trouble. After the meal was ready, they put it in a basket and carried it to the third branch. In the evening, old Zhao's family members had returned from their work in the fields and were resting in the courtyard. As soon as Zhao Yuner arrived, the courtyard was filled with the aroma of food, especially the aroma of meat. The aroma of the salted meat was even stronger, making old Zhao's family members drool. Especially the delicious food from old Zhao's house. They couldn't wait to snatch the food and eat it themselves. "Fourth uncle, fifth uncle, second cousin, you all come in and eat." Zhao Yuner greeted. The three of them smiled shyly and didn't decline the offer. After entering the room of the third room, he arranged for a table and sat down. Zhao Yuner placed the cooked dishes on the table. Seeing the food and wine, the uncle and nephew couldn't help but sigh. What a sumptuous dinner tonight. They thought it was just a casual meal. They didn't expect the dishes to be so good. There really was meat. The bacon stir-fried with garlic was sliced into thin slices. One look and one could tell that it was very delicious. There's also wine. This wine is really fragrant. It's much more fragrant than the wine made by our family. Of course, it's obvious that it was bought by Yun, right? How can the wine from our countryside compare? Haha, that's true. Then we're really lucky today. As they talked, they had already sat down. Liang Jinqiao prepared the bowls and chopsticks and asked them to hurry up and eat. Did the little girl Yun, make all these dishes? Or third sister-in-law? Zhao Wentao asked. Liang Jinqiao smiled and replied, Yun made them. I didn't even interfere. Yun is really amazing. Her cooking is really good. The best dishes I've ever eaten are the ones you made today. Chapter 437. Fourth uncle, fifth uncle, stop praising. Hurry up and eat. Otherwise, the dishes will get cold, Zhao Yun'er said. Okay. Let's eat. Today's feast is really sumptuous. It's a good meal. Us brothers are also having a good time, Zhao Wentao said with a smile. Zhao Yun'er liked Zhao Wentao's candid personality very much. Among the brothers, her fourth uncle was her favorite. Her eldest and second brother were too weird. Her father was a steamed bun. Her fifth brother was not the steamed bun. Because of his studies, he was more rigid. Only her fourth uncle was slightly more rebellious. Sometimes, he would even argue with Hua Chunhua and Zhao Baoshan. Third sister-in-law, sit down and eat too. Zhao Wenxing said. Liang Jinqiao waved her hand. No. You guys eat. I'll stand. You men are drinking at the table. It's okay. Third sister-in-law. Let's sit down and eat together? It's really okay. You guys eat. We can just stand and eat. Liang Jinqiao insisted. The table was already small. With the four men sitting on each side, there was no space. Sometimes, old Zhao's women were not allowed to sit at the table. She was used to it. Third sister-in-law, we'll eat then. Eat. The aroma of the dishes and the strong aroma of the wine made the people outside the room salivate. Zhao Wenxue said, not only are the dishes delicious, but the wine is even more fragrant. I can tell that it's good wine just by smelling it. Big brother, it's a pity that we can't drink it. Zhao Wenxue snorted. It's all because of that Yun. I've never seen such a bad girl. Sigh, if I had known, I would have helped third brother today. Maybe I could have gotten a drink now. Forget it. If you helped, I might not let you drink it. The aroma of the wine is too alluring. Big brother, why don't we go in and ask for a drink? If we don't eat, why don't we just have a glass of wine? You going? Zhao Wenxue replied. Anyway, he was not going. Although he wanted to drink, he was not as thick-skinned as Zhao Wenxue. The main thing was that if the other party didn't give it to him, how embarrassing would that be? Let's go together. Big brother, it's not good for her to reject the two of them, don't you think? I'm not going. He definitely won't give it to you. Second brother, you'd better not think about it. Sigh. Zhao Wenxue sighed and couldn't help swallowing his saliva. It would be fine if he didn't see it, but the fragrance couldn't be covered up. It was hard not to smell it. Li Chueying and Zhao Wenxue felt the same way. Seeing the third branch eat and drink well, they felt uneasy. She had thought that the three branches would have to live a hard life after separating from the main family, but in the end, she had miscalculated. Therefore, he could not help but nudge Hua Chunhua beside him. Mother, although the third branch has been separated, you are still the elder. After separating, the son still has to support his parents. No matter what, third brother and the other should send you some delicious food and let father have a drink? Only they are eating. They are too heartless. It would have been fine if Li Chueying did not say it, but when Li Chueying said it, Hua Chunhua felt that this was the case. He gave birth to an ingrate. He has forgotten his parents' good food and drink. He also doesn't remember who raised him. Hua Chunhua raised her voice. Her tone was full of dissatisfaction. With such a loud voice, the people in the room also heard it. The brothers who were drinking looked very embarrassed. It was a bit wrong. They were brothers drinking. Shouldn't they also call Zhao Baoshan over? Chapter 438. Zhao Yun'er nodded. So be it. It doesn't matter if there's one more person. As long as it's not her eldest uncle and second uncle. Those two people are too disgusting. Seeing Zhao Yun'er nod, Zhao Wenhua heaved a sigh of relief. He was most afraid that Zhao Yun'er wouldn't agree. Then I'll go call them, Zhao Wenhua said. With that, Zhao Wenhua walked out of the room and called Zhao Baoshan in. Zhao Baoshan was a little embarrassed at first, so he refused. Third brother, this isn't appropriate, right? I didn't help at all. You guys can just drink. It's okay, father. Let's go and have a drink. Zhao Wenhua tugged at Zhao Baoshan. Hua Chunhua nagged. Just go. Why are you being so pretentious? Although we're separated, it's right for third brother to ask you to drink. Zhao Baoshan was also attracted by the fragrance of the dishes and wine. Since Zhao Wenhua and Hua Chunhua said so, he nodded. Zhao Baoshan also wanted to go in to drink. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenxue, who were sitting in the courtyard, were even more anxious. Zhao Wenxue couldn't help but say, "Third brother, all the men in our family are drinking. It's just me and your eldest brother. Anyway, 2 more people won't make a difference. Why don't you bring the 2 of us?" Originally, Zhao Wenshi was too embarrassed to say these words, but since Zhao Wenxue said it, he responded in passing. Zhao Wenhua naturally didn't expect Zhao Wenxue to have the nerve to say it. It wouldn't be nice if he didn't respond, so he could only pretend that he didn't hear it. However, Zhao Wenxue also played dumb. Zhao Wenhua didn't respond, so he took it as agreement. He continued to follow them into the room of the 3rd branch. When he saw the dishes on the table, he immediately rushed over. "Second uncle, what are you doing?" Zhao Yuner asked coldly. "Drinking. All the men in our family are drinking together. Your father also agreed." Zhao Wenxue answered. As he spoke, he picked up the wine cup on the table and took a sip. After tasting it, he exclaimed in admiration, "Not bad, not bad. It tastes really good. It's indeed much better than the wine in our family. Third brother, where did you get such delicious wine?" Zhao Yuner stared at Zhao Wenxue. She couldn't stand it anymore. How can there be such a weirdo? "Second brother, I didn't ask you to come here. But I just told you. I didn't agree." "Third brother, isn't it unkind of you to do this? You've already called all the men in our family over to drink. How can you leave me and your elder brother behind? How can you do this? And he even said that he was a brother. So stingy." Zhao Wenxue scolded. Zhao Yunhua's ears turned a little red. After all, he was a man, and he cared more about his face. Of course, he felt uncomfortable being criticized by his own brother. If Zhao Wenxue was really thick-skinned and insisted on staying to drink, he couldn't do anything about it. Knowing that Zhao Wenhua couldn't say anything, Zhao Yuner put her hands on her waist and said fiercely, "Second uncle, you can't say that. I invited 4th uncle and 2nd cousin over because they helped my parents today. I invited 5th uncle over because he had been running around a lot these days because of my matter. I invited grandpa over because grandpa was an elder after all. Even though we had separated from the family, he still had to show filial piety in some places." Chapter 439. Zhao Wenxue felt humiliated by her blatant attempt to drive him away. "Third brother, say something. As a father, how can you let your daughter interrupt us? Second uncle, please get this straight. The wine is mine, and so are the dishes. Even if my father agrees, it doesn't matter. Hurry up and leave, or I'll hit you." Zhao Yuner's voice became colder. She was trying to persuade him. If Zhao Wenxue was still shameless, she would really hit him. Zhao Wenxue was annoyed by Zhao Yuner, a junior, and said angrily, "I'm not leaving today. Let's see what you can do to me." With that, Zhao Wenxue sat down on the stool. He didn't believe that Zhao Yuner, a woman, could do anything to him. Zhao Yuner's eyes turned cold. "Since you don't want face, then there's nothing I can do about it." Zhao Yuner walked up to Zhao Wenxue, grabbed him by the collar, and threw him out of the door. Ouch! Zhao Wenxue fell heavily to the ground and tumbled. The men in the room looked at Zhao Yuner in shock. This girl was too strong. She lifted him up as if he was a chicken. She didn't use any strength at all. "Tianyu's father, how are you? Oh, this girl, how can she be so ruthless?" Li Chueying rushed to Zhao Wenshue's side and shouted. He hurriedly helped Zhao Wenxue up. Just by looking at it, he could feel the pain from the fall. Zhao Yuner frowned and warned him in disgust. "Second uncle, I hope you know what's good for you in the future. Otherwise, you won't have a good time." Zhao Wenxue cowered in a second. After he fell, he became clear-headed. Zhao Yun was different from before. She couldn't be easily provoked. Thus he patted the dirt off his body and muttered, "If you don't want to eat, then don't eat. You really think your food is a treasure, stingy bastard." Zhao Wenshue's words and his expression made Zhao Yun not know whether to laugh or cry. This Zhao Xueqi was really interesting. He had a childish temperament. When Zhao Wenshi saw that even Zhao Xueqi was defeated, he didn't dare to continue. It didn't matter if she missed a meal, but being beaten up like that by Zhao Yun was really embarrassing. Because of Zhao Yun's appearance, the commotion finally ended. The men in the room continued to sit down and eat. As for Zhao Yun's way of doing things, she didn't have much of an opinion. After all, they had separated from the main family, and each of them lived their own lives. The third branch could invite whoever they wanted to eat over. Come, let's continue drinking. Father, I'll fill it up for you. Yun's cooking is really good. Father, eat this bacon, it's really fragrant. The men ate happily. The children, Zhao Yun and Liang Jinqiao all stood to eat. If they wanted to eat, they could just pick up the food before the table. It was nothing. After a while, Zhao Ping came back from outside. They didn't know where she had gone to play. Zhao Yun looked up and glanced at Zhao Ping's appearance. She couldn't help but spit out the mouthful of rice in her mouth. Zhao Ping was holding a bouquet of wildflowers in her hand. There were all kinds of wildflowers, and there was a big one by her ear. The flowers were beautiful, but her face didn't match such beautiful flowers. The problem was that Zhao Ping didn't think so. Instead, she thought that she was very beautiful. She was a little coquettish. Zhao Yun couldn't help but ridicule in her heart. How could some people not have any self-awareness at all? Chapter 440. Mother, do I look good like this? Zhao Ping asked Liang Jinqiao shyly. Liang Jinqiao did not know how to answer. If he told her the truth, he would definitely hurt his eldest daughter's heart. However, if he did not tell the truth, he could not go against his conscience and tell Zhao Ping that she looked good. Otherwise, Zhao Ping would continue to wear a red flower in her ear and be laughed at wherever she went. Liang Jinqiao did not answer Zhao Ping's question, but Zhao Yun covered her mouth and could not help but laugh. Hearing Zhao Yun's laughter, Zhao Ping felt that Yun was laughing at her. She glared at Zhao Yun angrily and asked, Zhao Yun, what are you laughing at? What do you think I'm laughing at? Zhao Yun asked in return. You must be laughing at me. Haha, then tell me, what is it about you that is worth laughing at? Or do you think that you are ridiculous? Otherwise you would not ask this question, right? Zhao Ping did not know how to respond to Zhao Yun's words. She could not win against her with words. You are not allowed to laugh at me. If I find out, see how I will deal with you. Zhao Ping warned. I am too lazy to laugh at you. Let her continue to be so narcissistic. It would be good if more people saw her like this and laughed at her. She would find out the truth in a few days. By then, it would be too late to find a hole to hide in. Zhao Ping composed herself and said to Liang Jinqiao, Mother, Xiao Feng and I went to the field to pick flowers today. She said that I look good like this. If I go out with this flower in my ear and wear nice clothes, there will definitely be men who like me. When Zhao Ping said this, she was not embarrassed at all. Instead, she was a little excited and expectant. He had taken her words for real. The Xiao Feng that Zhao Ping mentioned was called Ma Xiaofeng, a villager. His mother was a widow with him and his brother. Ma Xiaofeng was only 16 this year, but her family was poor, so she wasn't very well liked in the village. Zhao Ping was ugly, so she was not very popular. Perhaps the two of them were in the same boat, so they walked closer to each other. When Zhao Yun heard Zhao Ping's words, she couldn't help but laugh. Her sister was really pitiful. It turned out that she wanted to dress up nicely because she wanted men to take a fancy to her. But how could he not know what kind of person he was? And that Ma Xiaofeng. She went against her conscience and said those things to Zhao Ping. She was sure that Ma Xiaofeng was not a good person. Her sixth sense told her that Ma Xiaofeng was not a good person. Liang Jinqiao glared at Zhao Ping. There were men in the house. How could she say such things? Mother, what's wrong with you? You're a girl. Don't you know how to be shy? You say anything. Mother. Xiao Feng was the one who told me, not me. I do look much better like this, right? Liang Jinqiao's mouth twitched. He avoided this answer and called Zhao Ping. It's time to eat. Come and eat. There are so many delicious dishes today. When she heard that there were delicious dishes, Zhao Ping immediately threw everything to the back of her mind. She glanced at the dishes on the table and her eyes lit up. There were indeed many good dishes. Chapter 441. You little girl. You're already an adult. Why do you still need others to call you when you're eating? Who would know where you are if you went out to play? Liang Jinqiao retorted. She felt a little helpless and her tone towards Zhao Ping'er became a little harsh. After all, Zhao Ping'er was already an adult, yet she was still immature. This made her feel very uncomfortable. Anyway, it's your fault that you didn't call me. Fortunately, I came back early. Otherwise, you would have probably eaten it all. Zhao Ping'er snorted softly. You child. Mother, hurry up and scoop rice for me. I want to eat too. Liang Jinqiao sighed and said, Okay. I'll scoop rice for you. However, Zhao Yun grabbed Liang Jinqiao and said to Liang Jinqiao, Mother, she wants to eat. Let her scoop rice for herself. As an elder, how can you help her scoop rice? It's not like you don't have hands. After Zhao Yun said that, Liang Jinqiao felt that it was inappropriate for her to scoop rice for Zhao Ping'er. Zhao Yun, what do you mean by this? Meddling in other people's business. Zhao Ping'er was angered by Zhao Yun'er again. She felt that Zhao Yun'er was deliberately going against her. Zhao Ping'er, you're already an adult, yet you still need your mother to serve you. Aren't you ashamed? If you want to eat, scoop rice for yourself. Otherwise, don't eat. Zhao Yun'er said fiercely. Why should I? Zhao Ping'er muttered and looked at Liang Jinqiao again. Mother, look at Zhao Yun'er. She's too much. Aren't you going to do something about it? Zhao Ping'er, I made all the dishes today. They're from my family. If you continue to be long-winded, you won't be able to eat a single bite. Zhao Yun'er said coldly. Zhao Ping'er was a little willful, but she wasn't a complete fool. After stomping her feet angrily, she obediently picked up the bowl and scooped a bowl of rice for herself. Then, she walked towards the table. Second cousin, move to the side. Let me sit there too. I want to sit and eat. Ah! Zhao Qianhu looked at such a small stool. How could the two of them sit? Sensing Zhao Qianhu's awkwardness, Liang Jinqiao said, That's enough, Ping'er, don't sit down. We're all eating standing. Your father and the others drinking. But what? Mother and I can stand but you can't? Zhao Yun rolled her eyes at Zhao Ping'er. Standing. Zhao Ping'er squeezed her body onto the table and began to pick up food with her chopsticks. She scooped up more than half of the remaining bacon and put it into her bowl. She also scooped up a lot of scrambled eggs with chili. When Zhao Yun saw this, she immediately flared up. It wasn't appropriate for the people at the table to criticize Zhao Ping'er, but Zhao Yun wasn't. No matter how she looked at her sister, she didn't like her. She started scolding her coldly again. Zhao Yun, are you a pig? Can't you see that so many people are eating? You've taken all the good food. What else is there to eat? Zhao Ping'er was also angry. She slammed the bowl and chopsticks on the table. Zhao Yun, you're going against me. You just don't want me to eat, right? Just say it. At most, I won't eat. With that, Zhao Ping'er ran out angrily. Everyone in the room was stunned. This child's temper was getting worse. Actually, when Zhao Ping'er scooped up the food, they felt uncomfortable, but they couldn't say it out loud. They didn't expect Zhao Yun'er to say it. Zhao Ping'er had such a bad temper. She didn't eat and ran out. Chapter 442. Zhao Wentao was a little worried. Nothing will happen to that girl, right? What can happen? She has a temper. She'll be fine after her temper passes. That's good. Sai Ping'er can't be like this. She's still throwing tantrums like a child. She's so insensible. I'll ask her mother to arrange for her to get married. After she gets married, she'll be fine after she's educated by her in-laws. Zhao Wenhua didn't have the intention to let Zhao Ping'er get married either. Now he made up his mind. The men drank and chatted. They didn't take Zhao Ping'er's anger to heart. Zhao Yun finished eating and went back with Daodu. She went to bed early that night. She planned to go to town the next day. After washing up, Zhao Yun lay on the bed and started thinking about snacks. After going to town to take a look, she realized that there were many snacks from the 21st century here. In addition to making snacks that people here liked, she also wanted to make snacks that people here hadn't eaten before. Zhao Yun thought about it and ordered a few snacks that she hadn't seen in Yang City before. She ordered fried dough sticks, wontons, fried noodles, and shumai. As for the snacks that she had eaten before, she sold some buns, dumplings, and noodles. In her previous life, Zhao Yun liked to eat fried dough sticks and drink a cup of soy milk in the morning. The fried dough sticks were fragrant, crispy, and delicious. As for the soy milk, it was fragrant and nutritious. People in this era rarely drank soy milk in the morning, but she could give it a try. She would grind some soy milk later. If it sold well, she would grind more soy milk in the future. If no one bought it, she wouldn't sell it in the future. After arranging everything, Zhao Yun fell asleep in a short while. The next morning, Zhao Yun woke up early and went to Mulan's place. The two of them drove the little donkey to Yang City. The woman in charge of the stall also came early and waited for Zhao Yun. The two of them found a gentleman, told him the conditions, and prepared the documents. Both of them pressed their fingerprints, one for each of them, and stored it away. Before they left, the woman explained some things about the stall. In addition to the stall, there were tables, chairs, and a stove. There was also a small room near the stall. When they closed the stall, they could put the items in the room and lock it up to prevent theft. It would save Zhao Yun the trouble of bringing them home. Zhao Yun's mother. Thank you, Auntie. Haha, now I can finally go back and serve my wife. I'm so happy. Yun, let's work hard. We'll definitely earn a lot of money. Zhao Yun smiled. Of course. The snacks she made were much better than the woman's. Since her business was so good, she naturally wouldn't be too bad. Sister-in-law Mulan, let's go. Let's go shopping. Okay, Yun. Mulan followed her excitedly. The advantage of having a little donkey was that they could put whatever they bought on it. She didn't have to carry it herself. Chapter 443. In addition, she bought some oil, salt, spices, vegetables, and the like. She bought 5 caddies of pork at once, and the boss of the meat shop gave her some big bones. There was no meat on the big bones, and there was no oil, so the ancient people did not like it. But in the 21st century, the big bone soup was very nutritious, and the price was a little higher than the price of ordinary meat. If the soup was stewed with this big bone soup, it would definitely taste good. Zhao Yun asked, Boss, if I buy meat and big bones from you every day, can you lower the price? Miss, if you can buy so much every day, I can definitely lower the price for you. The boss said with a smile. How can it be cheaper? Miss, I can give you a discount of 1 copper coin for the pork and big bones. That is, the pork will be 14 copper coins per caddy, and the big bones will be 2 copper coins per caddy. Miss, what do you think? Zhao Yun thought about it and felt that it was very cost-effective. After all, many little drops make a mickle. When the time came, she could save a lot. The price of the meat on this stall was about the same. Zhao Yun came a few times and compared the prices. This stall was more generous. So the meat on this stall was sold faster than other stalls. In this way, the meat would definitely be fresher than other stalls. Okay, boss, then I will patronize your business in the future. Haha, good. Give me another 5 caddies of big bones. Okay. The boss quickly picked out 5 caddies, picked out the bones with more meat, and gave them to Zhao Yun. After paying the money readily, Zhao Yun carried these things and put them in the car. Today's big purchase cost more than 500 copper coins. Fortunately, the stall was full. Otherwise, although the other things were not very expensive, the pots and pans would cost a lot. The most important thing was that it took more time to buy those things. Sister-in-law Mulan, let's go back. Zhao Yun said. Okay. Mulan nodded. Seeing that Zhao Yun had bought so many big bones, She was somewhat puzzled. She asked, Yuner, what are you buying these big bones for? Stew the soup. Tomorrow, I'll cook noodles with some bone broth. It'll definitely taste good. This thing isn't expensive and the cost is low, but it can be boiled in a big pot. Mulan nodded. I see. You can also eat it yourself. Sister-in-law Mulan, your children are still growing. Boil some big bones for them to drink and nourish their bodies. There was no nutritious food at home. If the children didn't eat well, it would be difficult for them to grow taller. You can take a few back later. Mulan thought about her 3 children. They were indeed skinny and didn't gain any weight. It's just that his family isn't well off, so there's nothing good to eat. In the past, he didn't know how to buy big bones. Although the price was cheap, the villagers felt that there was no oil or water, so there wasn't much nutrition. Now that Zhao Yuner said it, it seemed that this thing was very nutritious. Yuner, is this big bone really that good? Of course. The bone broth has high nutritional value. It's more nourishing than eating meat directly. Okay, then I'll take 2 back to stew. If it was something expensive, Mulan would be embarrassed to accept it. 2 copper coins per caddy was quite cheap. Okay. The carriage stopped in the courtyard of Mulan's house. Zhao Yun picked 3 big bones with the most meat on them and gave them to Mulan. Chapter 444. Okay. After all, the 2 of them still had to prepare for tomorrow's breakfast. Some things needed to be done today, such as wrapping the buns, wrapping the wontons, and boiling the bone soup in the evening. Otherwise, if they waited until tomorrow morning, it would be too late. Since they had time during the day, they could sleep a little more in the morning. Otherwise, they would have to wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock. When Zhao Yun returned home, Daodu was playing in the courtyard with Zhao Tianfu. Looking at the 2 children playing happily, Zhao Yuner's mouth also hung a smile. Little He had grown a little. When Daodu ran, Little He chased after him. Woof woof woof. The little puppy suddenly turned its head and looked in Zhao Yuner's direction. Sure enough, the dog's ears were sensitive and it heard the sound from afar. After Daodu heard Zhao Yuner's movements, he also looked in Zhao Yuner's direction. Mother Zhao Yuner put down the things and sent some rice, noodles, oil, and salt to Liang Jinqiao's place. After they separated from the family, old Zhao's family didn't give much of these things to the 3rd branch. In addition, Zhao Yun also brought some bones over for Liang Jinqiao to stew. The 3rd branch could drink bone soup. Daodu, go to grandmother's place first. When you come back from grandmother's place, mother will cook for you, okay? Yes, yes, Daodu isn't hungry yet. Daodu rubbed his little belly and smiled. Daodu brought back a lot of pastries from the Shixi's residence. In the morning, Zhao Tianfu and Daodu ate a lot. Children didn't have a big appetite, so they naturally weren't hungry after eating a lot of these things. That's fine. When they arrived at the 3rd branch, Liang Jinqiao was preparing to cook. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan had gone to the fields and hadn't returned. It would take more time to reclaim the land on the mountain. The wooden shed was neither too big nor too small. Inside, there was a stove and a lot of firewood. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan brought the materials back from the foot of the mountain when they were cultivating the land. In ancient times, unlike modern times, there was no gas or natural gas. They could only use things like straw and wood. The poles of some crops could be burned, such as cotton poles, rapeseed poles, and straw. These were not enough, so they went up the mountain to get some wood. Zhao Yuner's family didn't even have a field, so these things were naturally scarce. Mother, I brought you something. Zhao Yuner said and took out the rice, flour, oil, and salt. Liang Jinqiao felt a little embarrassed when he saw Zhao Yuner stuffing him with more things. She declined and said, Yuner, why did you send me so many things? You still have to live your own life. Take them back. Your father and I can still work and support ourselves. Mother, why are you being so courteous with me? Take them. If I didn't have these things, I wouldn't have sent them to you. This? Okay, I'll put them here. Don't reject them, Zhao Yuner said. She put them on the stove as she spoke. Liang Jinqiao sighed slightly, feeling that he had dragged Zhao Yuner down. Zhao Yuner saw Liang Jinqiao's guilt and comforted her. Mother, it's okay. I'll need your help in the future. What can Yuner do you need help with? If mother can help, I'll definitely help. Liang Jinqiao was a little excited. After all, he had taken Zhao Yuner's things. He would feel bad if he didn't work hard. Zhao Yuner told him about her snack stall. Later, she wanted Liang Jinqiao to help make buns and wontons. Chapter 445. There were a lot of things and they were not difficult, but they required manpower. One person would not be able to handle all of them. After Liang Jinqiao heard this, he nodded without hesitation and said, Yuner, of course. I'll go over to help you after lunch. Okay then. Li Chueying overheard the conversation between the mother and daughter. Li Chueying was surprised to see that Zhao Yuner had sent something good over again. Not only that, he did not expect Zhao Yuner to open a breakfast shop in Yang City. He knew that it was going to make money. Was this girl really that capable? It was impossible for him not to be jealous. Li Chueying could not help but go forward and say in a strange tone, Third sister-in-law, you're so lucky now. Yuner is so capable. Not only did she send you good things, but she also opened a breakfast shop. You'll have a good life in the future. Liang Jinqiao smiled awkwardly and did not know how to reply. Zhao Yuner could not be bothered with Li Chueying. Some people just could not bear to see others doing well. Especially between sisters-in-law, they were afraid of who was richer than the other. Seeing that Zhao Yuner and Liang Jinqiao did not say anything, Li Chueying continued, Yuner, if you don't have enough people at your shop, let my Jinga help. She has nothing to do at home anyway. It's good to let her help you. Zhao Yuner did not believe that Li Chueying would be so kind. She just wanted Zhao Yuner to help her so that she could share some of the money she earned with Zhao Yuner. Li Chueying was not that stupid to think of this idea. Zhao Yuner said mildly, No need. Thank you for your kindness, second aunt. My shop is small and I don't need so many people to help me. Kindness is not rewarded. Humph. Forget it if you don't want it. Li Chueying said angrily. Zhao Yuner smirked. She thought it was interesting. She was not a fool. Did Li Chueying expect her to jump into the trap set by her? Mother, if there's nothing else, I'll leave first. I'm going back to cook for Daodu. Don't forget to stew the big bones later. Liang Jinqiao nodded and said, Got it. Yuner, you can go back. Just as Zhao Yuner was about to leave, Zhao Pinger. She said to Liang Jinqiao, Mother, where are the desserts? Where did you put it? Why is it gone? They were in the basket to be sure. I didn't move. What's the matter? Mother, there's nothing left in the basket. The candies are gone too. It can't. It must be Tianan and Tianfu who ate it. There was still half of it yesterday, but there's none left today. Why didn't they leave some for me? I don't care. Mother, I want more. Liang Jinqiao frowned. What could she do? She couldn't ask Zhao Yuner for more, could she? Zhao Tianfu was playing at the side. He replied, Big sister, I didn't take it. I didn't eat it. Daodu took it out for me. Brother Tianan didn't eat it either. He couldn't bear to eat it and wanted to give it to me. It wasn't you or Tianan who ate it. Could it be that it was stolen by someone? Zhao Pinger muttered. Ping-er, did you see anyone enter the house? Liang Jinqiao asked. I went to play with Xiaofeng today. I wasn't at home. How could I see anyone? Then what's going on? We're all family. Would they steal our things? Liang Jinqiao frowned. Chapter 446. But if that was the case, how could he have the nerve to ask old Zhao's family? She couldn't bring herself to do that. Zhao Yuner snorted. How is it not possible? There were too many shameless people in old Zhao's family. It was not impossible for them to steal things. Moreover, old Zhao's family had seen it when she sent those things over last time. It was normal for them to have bad intentions since they couldn't get it directly. Then, who could have stolen it? Liang Jinqiao frowned and asked again. Zhao Pinger blurted out. It could have been either my second aunt, my youngest aunt, or my grandmother. These three people were the most suspicious. Because in the whole old Zhao's family, The second branch and Zhao Xinhui were the most gluttonous. Zhao Pinger knew the characters of old Zhao's family better. Zhao Pinger's guess was almost the same as Zhao Yun'er's. These people were the most suspicious. Liang Jinqiao still sighed. We don't have any evidence now. It's not appropriate for us to ask them directly. After all, they were a family. It was not appropriate for them to say such things. But we can't let them eat our food for free. Zhao Pinger curled her lips. She was angry at the thought of it. She hadn't eaten all those pastries herself. She said to Liang Jinqiao angrily. Pinger, since you're so angry, why don't you ask my aunt and second aunt? Zhao Yun'er said indifferently. Now she knew that she was making things difficult for Liang Jinqiao. She didn't even say a word. She thought that everything would be settled by just moving her mouth. I won't. Zhao Yun'er, do you think I'm stupid? If I ask my grandmother directly, she will scold me to death. She won't admit it. You're so evil. You don't want me to do this kind of thing. Zhao Yun'er snorted coldly. Since you already know, then why are you still talking about it? Instead of questioning mother, why don't you think of a way yourself? Zhao Yun'er, do you want to quarrel again? When Liang Jinqiao saw that the two sisters were about to fight again, he hurriedly said, Okay, don't quarrel over this matter. How about we just forget about it? It's not good to hurt the harmony of our family. No. Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Pinger said at the same time. Zhao Pinger was upset because her food was stolen. If it was something else it would be fine. But those pastries were so delicious that ordinary people couldn't eat them. It was one thing to steal, but to steal the rest in one go. Zhao Yun'er felt that since there was a first time, there might be a second time. If she didn't teach the thief a lesson this time, her food would definitely be stolen again. Sigh, what should we do? Liang Jinqiao frowned and sighed. Mother, don't worry. I have a way. Yun'er, do you have a way? Liang Jinqiao asked. Zhao Pinger also came up curiously to listen. Zhao Yun'er pretended to be mysterious and said, I'll tell you tomorrow. By the way, Mother, I'll go to Yang City tomorrow and buy a lock on the way back. When I come back, I'll put everything in the house. When I leave, I'll lock the door to avoid today's situation. Chapter 447. Liang Jinqiao nodded. Got it, Yun'er. It was hard to guard against a thief in the house. These words were not without reason. It was good to be careful now to avoid future embarrassment. Mother, I'll go back then. After Zhao Yun'er finished speaking, she left old Zhao's courtyard with Daodu. There were too many weirdos here. She would feel stifled if she stayed any longer. At noon, Zhao Yun'er cooked a few simple dishes. She stewed big bones, and the thick smell of the bone broth was very attractive. When it was stewed, the broth was milky white. Zhao Yun'er sprinkled a handful of green onions under it, and the fragrance was stronger. The children liked to drink it very much, and each of them drank several bowls. Zhao Yun'er waited for the bone broth to cool down a little, and then made a big bowl for Little Hay. Obviously, Little Hay liked the taste of the bone broth very much. He lay on the ground and licked the big plate of bone broth clean in a short while. After drinking it, he looked up at Zhao Yun'er and wagged his tail, looking very flattering. You want more? Zhao Yun'er asked. Woof woof, Little Hay wagged his tail and responded. Okay then, I'll make some more for you. You can't drink any more after you finish it. Zhao Yun'er said to Little Hay. Such a big little puppy, how much could it eat? If it liked to drink it, it probably wouldn't know if it burst its stomach. Zhao Yun'er poured half a bowl of bone broth from the pot and poured it for Little Hay. In the future, if the business of the breakfast stall was good and there was bone broth every day, she could give some to the children and Little Hay to drink every day. This way, the children would probably grow faster. In the afternoon, Zhao Yun'er began to prepare things like steamed buns and wontons. She bought some baking powder. The flour for steamed buns needed to be fermented. After washing the 5 pounds of meat she bought, most of it was chopped into meat fillings. Whether it was steamed buns, dumplings, or wontons, it was needed. In fact, the most important thing about the taste of dumplings, wontons, and steamed buns was the fillings. If the fillings were delicious, the taste would naturally be good. Zhao Yun'er was very confident in the fillings she mixed. In her previous life, her mother was best at making dumplings for her. Zhao Yun'er was often pulled in a sedan chair, and after a long time, she naturally inherited her mother's skills. Liang Jinqiao and Mulan also came. When Mulan came over, she found that Zhao Yun'er had made a lot of things. She said apologetically, "Yun'er, I'm sorry. I'm late. My uncle came back today. I was delayed by something." Zhao Yun'er smiled. "It's okay, sister-in-law Mulan. I have nothing to do myself, so I'll start first." "Okay, I'll come too," Mulan said. As she spoke, she washed her hands first and then sat down next to Zhao Yun'er. With the addition of Liang Jinqiao, the three of them worked pretty quickly. "Sister-in-law Mulan, you said your uncle came back. Did he find trouble with you?" Zhao Yun'er asked casually. "No, but my mother-in-law is not feeling well. She sprained her waist, so she can't cook. My sister-in-law's cooking is not good. Uncle said it was hard to swallow and insisted on eating at my house. You know, after all, he is the brother of San'er's father. I can't say not to let him eat, right?" Mulan's tone was helpless. You're tuning in to the Xueqi's Martial Arts Saga YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.